Well, I could always just whisper you in fantasy grounds.
Yep. All right, guys.
That way, it's all just a one screen.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we. Oh, I should shut off my music so my stream doesn't get muted, huh? Okay. Well, here we go. You guys left off on Ding's turn, Glendaro, and he is inside the room trying to unlock. Oh, did we just finish your turn? You unlocked one lock, right?
Technically we skipped ahead a couple people's turn. We were going to end at the end of the round, but I asked if I could just try to open the lock real quick. So basically, it's starting at the beginning of the round and just skip my turn when it comes to it because I've kind of already taken it.
Okay, and then this dude is dying on the floor. Oh, he's prone and unconscious. This dude is busy. This dude is busy. So Arthur Shane, we're gonna move up to you real quick.
Alrighty.
Put it up.
I'm gonna shoot at G2.
Okay.
Yeah, my family's busy right.
Okay, so you fire at this guy here. All three miss. Womp womp.
Oh jeez. Maybe take a 5-foot step out.
Those black things around you are fire, buddy. If you don't remember.
Oh right, I'll take a 5-foot step back out of the room.
Okay. This dude is prone and unconscious behind the bar. Glendaro already went. Garrick, your turn.
What did he mean by this?
Nate, you are going to have to crouch and squeeze. So you can't stand up all the way, and you have to squeeze in there. Ah, I see. Do you have Tunnel Fighter Knight, or no? Okay. So I applied squeezing to you. So you're basically like on your knees because you'll hit your head, or you're bending over almost like a bow. Your choice on that. All right.
Oof.
So you try to stab him, but the guy dodges easily. Zafir.
On my rest turn, can I still take a 5-foot?
You gotta just stand there, buddy.
Alright, then I'm just standing there.
Awesome.
Plus, there's a big giant in my way to move.
You can move under him, because he's huge. You can just walk right between his legs.
But I'm still gonna take my rest turn since everything is pretty much dying.
Okay. From the floor above you guys and below Glenn, you hear like a muffled scream.
Oh god.
No problem, Nate. You hear a muffled scream above you, and it's quickly cut off, as if someone was like placing their hand over the mouth of someone. Pyre. That's you, Bio.
Okay, so I am riding on the back of Santher. A giant comes walking into the inn. How big are the fires right now?
The fires here, these black areas, they were red last session. I don't know why they turned black. But,
No, they were black last session too.
interesting. Okay. Well, whatever. I did the little squiggles. Somebody else did the circles. They're each like 5-foot squares, and they're starting to set like the furniture there on fire, the tables and the chairs.
Is it a priority for us to keep this building standing, or is it just some random inn we're at?
Sarek
wants it to be our base of operations.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would like to not be burned out of the top of the building, but that's a secondary priority. You guys have other things to deal with right now.
I mean, you wasted a lot of gold just healing 1 HP, so, you know, we might just have to cut our losses there.
That was my gold, not your gold.
And did I hear the muffled screams coming from upstairs?
From upstairs, yes, from your position.
And does this character have like resistance to fire? Like, could I start grabbing furniture and throwing it out? Am I even big enough to pick up furniture and throw it out of the building so it burns out there and not the building down?
Not really.
The saddle weighs more than you.
Yeah. You are.
All right.
You are like the size of a newborn.
Gotcha.
You look
All right.
smaller
Well,
than a newborn.
with my small and insignificant voice, I'm going to yell out, we need to get the burning furniture out of the building so it doesn't catch everything else on fire.
Yeah.
And in case no one else heard, I'm also going to say there's also people upstairs.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Awesome. This guy is prone and unconscious and being stepped on. Stabilization failure, dying.
He's just having a bad day, man.
Yeah. Alright, so this guy... I need to untarget Pyre, right? I don't know why he's targeting Pyre. That's interesting. He does have Caldori in there, right? Ho hum. The goblin is bleeding heavily and is sick of being shot at, so he's going to stab the paladin. Or try to. He misses all three.
It seems my curse of bad rolls spreads to my enemies as well.
Anything that fights in your general vicinity just kind of turns into a slap fight.
Right.
I don't think Sarah can even give you fire resistance, buddy.
I can.
Yeah. Okay. So the goblin misses all three strikes going on Caldori. Now it's Caldori's turn.
Right. So, my plan is to take a 5-foot step there.
Okay.
And then I would use like a close touch on the giant to use like a ward 1 to resist fire.
Okay. And that'll give fire resistance 10.
Alright.
Do you need me to put that on him then?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second.
I'm not trying to put on the giant.
Sure.
So, cursing that I can't smite the evil goblin in front of me, I have my shield up and just shuffle backwards and start murmuring this arcane defensive spell and touch this giant, and he glows with this telltale reddish hue as my magic spreads across his body.
Okay. Cool. Alright. And you do manage to hear another muffled scream, higher pitched and louder this time, And let me... It's coming from this direction, but a floor up. And then for Glenn, it's a floor down below you. And that's...
Where did we decide the staircase was?
The staircase, I decided was... like right here along this wall. I'm
Right.
going to rotate that to get into where Glenn is, so it's on the other side of Glenn here. And then that staircase would also follow, like right here on the side of the table. Simply because it isn't really... Is it even measured on the first floor? I don't think... Oh, the first floor you go up here.
It is.
The first
Yeah,
floor
okay.
up there.
Oh, okay. That. I thought that's what that was.
Yeah,
Right.
the first floor you go up there, and then here is where the,
And you
the outdoor one is.
come
the
out.
third floor.
Come out what? Right here.
Yeah, so you would step on here, is how you would get upstairs.
Okay.
And then the one to go to the third floor is right here. Okay. We go back to the top. Arthur Shane.
Let me remember how to delete this fucking square.
Which one?
Alright, I'm gonna move in past the fire.
Okay.
Next to G2.
Okay.
And this time I'm gonna attack him with hand to hand.
Okay.
But since I moved, that'll only be like one.
Yeah, you can only attack once, because you don't have pounce. Critical hit.
Oh, nice.
Roll again to see if you do an exploding critical. That's something I do, by the way, Bio. I do
That
exploding
was-
rolls.
That was already an exploding critical. That was a crit and then an auto confirm.
Yep, I just want to see if he can keep it rolling. I would add critical modifiers if he kept rolling 20s, you know, like X3, X4, X5, like that. Okay, so you do hit, and you will do your base damage times 3, buddy. So you're going to roll damage for your unarmed, and then roll again. And you can hit him again if you want. He's dying, though. Okay. So you do 5 and 2 more. Where is my dude that just took a beating? G2, 2. So he takes 2 more.
You gave the dying goblin resist fire, not Garrick.
Did I? Fantasy Grounds is weird like that. No, I didn't.
It shows G2 is resist 10 fire.
There's a bunch of G2s. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Oh, yeah, I see.
Yay, I bitch slapped a goblin and rolled a crit.
That's easy to fix. That's easy to fix.
You hit the goblin so hard it can now resist fire.
Yeah. Right, it really doesn't matter that, but it is good that you pointed that out, because for whatever reason, sometimes I'll click on the combat tracker and click on somebody, and Fantasy Grounds will apply it somewhere else, and it's been doing it ever since I bought it. So it's just a thing with this rule set. So Arthur Shane manages to just like pop the dude above the breastplate right in the neck and sends him crashing to the ground, dying in a clang of steel against the floor. So the goblin is down and bleeding to death on the ground. So I need to hit him with prone.
Nap time for the goblin.
Yeah. Prone and unconscious, real quick.
It's just not his day.
It's not any of the goblins' days. Alright, so this guy is still prone and unconscious. Glenn.
Yay! I'm gonna attempt to pick the lock again.
Okay, so you attempt to pick the lock down here. Around the sword. Sure.
I'm starting to feel like those 2 first goblins that just got destroyed had the best deaths. Like, had the best days.
It was over easy for him. Yeah. Okay.
So how's that 24?
So Glenn will disable the lock. There was 2 locks on this sword and managed to do so successfully. But I need to roll because I haven't been doing this, and I said I would start. I need to roll a check to see how many rounds it takes you to do so, and it's going to be 6 rounds for you to unlock this lock. The other ones I let you just do auto in 1 round, but I'm supposed to roll to see how long it takes you, so this one's going to be 6 rounds. So it is round 12 on my tracker, and round 18 you will be finished.
Oof.
Alright, Garrick.
Hey, what is Glenn? Is he human? What is he again?
Glenn is just a human that's badly scarred and slightly unstable.
Okay. Alright, I'll try to work that into a joke at some point.
Okay. Okay, I'll let you target 1 this round since you had to move. And just roll me like an attack roll, and if you roll higher than 10, I'll say you can put out the fire successfully because you're just massive. Right on. Okay, so any of those you can put out, and then the next round, if you spend a full round, I can say you can do up to your attacks to target them and try to smash them out. Excellent. Zithir.
I am gonna walk over and go up to the stairs.
Okay. So
He's
Pyre,
dead.
join him.
He's dead and on the ground, so I can just walk over him.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 20 foot. So I come up right here. That looks about where? Yeah.
Yeah. And then Pyre would follow because you're in this saddle.
Yeah. That's like half my movement. Am I seeing anything right now?
From the top of the stairs, no.
Alright.
You do see like there's these walls.
Yeah, I see all the walls. I was just seeing, is there anyone kind of in the main hallway?
Nope. So yeah, you would see these walls, that there's doors that are closed in the walls, but other than that, no.
Alright, I'm gonna come up to this one, and I'm gonna open up the door and look in.
Okay, are you actually coming down the stairs and then moving around, or are you jumping off?
Oh. Sorry, I thought the stairs were like this.
No, you have to climb all the way up and then get off. Yeah.
No, I thought whatchamacallit. Damn it.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's just you would have to, climb all the way up the rest of the stairs. Otherwise, you would be trying to leap.
I still have the movement.
Okay. Do you have the movement to move all the way up the stairs and then come around and still try to open the door?
Wait. It took me 20 feet to get to the stairs.
And 25 more to get to the door.
Alright, so, right there.
Okay. So that would leave you with a move action left. You would be able to take another move. And what you would see, though, from this position, you would see creatures in this hallway.
Oh, joy. I'm gonna move back just a bit.
Okay.
Seeing that, I'm gonna use my last movement to move back. Hopefully that'll give me enough firing lines to charge.
Okay. Okay. And we are down to... You will hear another shout from inside the room. It sounds like a small child from where you are. Closer on this floor, it sounds like a small child, a boy. Just like a muffled scream, like something stuffed in his mouth. Pyre.
I can only assume. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to make a comment. Man, what is it with these goblins and stealing children?
It's like the labyrinth. They have to steal them and then turn them into goblins at the Goblin City.
Yep.
I mean, I'm the one with Fey blood. I should be the one stealing children.
They think our children are just like the normal people of our race, and we're just like weird mutants.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we are upstairs or downstairs?
You are on the second floor now.
Okay,
It's
so...
just you and me and a bunch of goblins.
Okay, so...
I could really use that strength modifying boost.
Okay, well then. What is that?
That is,
I think it's under bolster.
It's Flaming Attribute.
Okay, so Flaming Attribute. I will cast Flaming Attribute on the kitty cat.
Yeah, so if you open it up and you target him, you just click the Flaming Strength effect. And it'll give him +4 strength for 1 round, for 1 SP. If you don't know how to do that, I can do it for you. Oh, there you go. Awesome.
Alright, so now that I cast a spell, that is pretty much all I'm going to be doing since I'm strapped in this here saddle. So go ahead and hit full round action.
Yep. And I modified your spells cast because it wasn't doing it for the other one for some reason, but we're good to go now. Okay. G2-2 is prone, unconscious, and dead. G2-2 vanishes. G2-3 is dying on the ground. He stabilizes Caldori.
I'm gonna cast my resist fire on the giant again, so that it doesn't wear off on this turn.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then I'm also gonna start moving up the stairs.
Okay. So I just leave that on. Okay.
Alright, so that's 4.
Okay. So you are...
Would that be 5?
Yeah, you would be at 5 right here.
And if I stayed like right there, would I get like partial cover from the goblins in case they try to shoot me?
Yeah, you would be like a floor down still. You're like 5 feet under this floor here.
Right.
So,
in that case, I'll stay right there.
Okay. And you do hear muffled sounds from the room, a higher pitched in this direction. But nothing intelligible.
Right.
So this guy, he finally gets to do stuff. He's been hanging out 5, 10, 15, and what do I got going on here? Uh, 30, that's 20, 30. He moves up to the cat, and he is going to roll 1d20 plus 8.
Lame. I'm not charging.
But he misses as the Zephyr dodges. Okay. Next.
Woo! Cat-like reflexes. Woo!
5, 15. He would actually go 5, 10, 15, and you can see Caldori's head popping up, and you can hear the stairs. So he's going to look down and see Caldori.
Uh-oh.
And he is going to try to trip Caldori on the stairs. This is a CMB roll.
Does he actually have a halberd? Oh.
He's got a spear. I roll a natural 1. And my guy manages to like slam his arm up against the wall on the side and catch his balance before falling down the stairs or anything. But he does not manage to trip Caldori.
Question.
Yes.
Was he using a trip weapon?
He was using a spear. So he has to drop the spear, yes.
No, I was asking. I don't think spear actually has the trip property by base. That's
right.
Specifically why I was asking.
Yeah. He would drop his spear, and then Caldori would have the option on his turn to try to trip him, right, as a reaction.
We went over the rules for this on Thursday because of mine. If he fails by 10 or more, he automatically falls. He gets counter-tripped immediately.
Okay, yeah.
If you have a weapon with the trip property, you have the option to drop it instead of being tripped.
My memory's busted, so I don't remember small details like that over everything I have to do.
No worries.
So.
That is why I was asking.
So he would be prone then, so he would fall prone. Excellent. Okay. So then he wouldn't actually drop the spear, he would just be prone, since he doesn't have the option to do that.
And unless he has the improved maneuvers feat, he would trigger an attack of opportunity from anyone who could reach him.
Yeah, he does have that feat.
But he's like kind of half a floor up from me, so I don't think my longsword can reach, right?
No, you can still stab it as like his feet.
Presumably he could reach you, so you could reach him.
Right.
Right.
He would just get like a +1 to attack from being on higher ground for you, so he tried to trip you and failed miserably.
In that case.
This guy moves forward and he will fire at...
So, do I get an attack of opportunity?
No, because
No.
he has the improved maneuver feat. He doesn't provoke. Unless you had, like, what is it? Vicious Stomp. But even then, he's 5 foot higher than you, you can't actually stomp on him with an unarmed kick.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I thought.
no. Because...
There will be no Chun-Li somersault kicking on here.
Yeah, because he sees the Panther and the Goblin fighting, and he can't shoot down here. He's going to fire over the Goblin at Pyre sitting in the saddle. So a Goblin steps up and will fire with his combo.
Aid another.
Okay. So, do you have Bodyguard?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll. You need to hit above a 10. Okay.
Nope.
So let's see, will a 16 hit? Actually, it's a 17 because he has point-blank shot. Will that hit Pyre? That will. You have exactly 17. Excellent.
Uh-oh.
Just one question for clarification.
Yes.
Does he have the precise shot feat?
Yes.
Okay.
So Pyre will take 3 points of damage as a tiny goblin arrow strikes home.
No nose.
Arthur Shane, Goblin Slayer.
Alright, did you say one of these two goblins here stabilized?
The one you just knocked out with your critical hit, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna kick him in the balls.
Okay.
Oh.
Is that a called shot?
I mean, yeah, you would. We can call it. But
Please do.
If you critical hit, I'll give you the ball kick for sure. All right.
Critical in
I
the ball.
critted.
Yep. All right. So
Did that confirm?
Let me.
It did, in fact.
You didn't actually target him, so I gotta check. He is prone, and you have a +4 to hit, so that's a 17. Yeah, you confirmed.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, no problem. I just need to, I need to open him up and check that, what his modifiers are. Alright. There you go. So, yeah. That's rough. He's unconscious and you're kicking him in the balls.
I just wanted to make sure he's dead.
That's
What a way to go, man.
Yeah, okay. So he's no longer stable, obviously. Alright.
Or having any babies.
Yep. Okay, do you have any other attacks? Do you want to keep attacking him? Or do you
No,
wanna
I'm
go
gonna let him. I'm gonna let him groan for a little while I go up the
Let's
stairs.
just stop to the balls.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
gonna stop right here because Kaldori's in front of me.
Okay. G13 is prone and unconscious. Failure.
So I have a question.
Absolutely.
Because I have not actually finished unlocking it, I'm in the middle of picking it.
Mm-hmm.
At any point, could I cancel it, like end it if I needed to, like
Yeah.
stop picking the lock early? It would remain locked, and I could go assist.
Yeah, if you ever want to just stop, you just have to roll again and find your place again, essentially. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for the moment, I'm just going to keep going on it because it looks like they have things fairly well taken care of. But I wanted to check on that now.
Yeah,
since it was
you're not
just
like
coming up.
your hands aren't stuck in the lock. You would just like basically have to leave your tools in there and come back and start over with a fresh roll and a fresh timer. That
Gotcha.
roll. Yep. Okay. Garrick. So you can just take a full round to attack each of those squares if you have more than one attack per round. Okay, the giant smashes the fire out. Good to go. Zephyr, you got a goblin in your face.
I know. But I'm gonna ignore it and I'm gonna charge the other one.
You can't charge through that without an acrobatics check, and you risk AOs.
That's the whole reason I took whatchamacallit.
Okay.
A couple feats to just do this.
Don't get me killed.
So
Leroy Jenkins.
you need to leap, not just the goblin. You need to leap over a goblin and the stairs.
I do an overrun check on that goblin. That's what I do.
Okay. Okay.
We're facing another trample the horse moment here.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
bad for Sergey, because that was a dick move. Oh man.
But yeah, I'm gonna charge the goblin with the arrow, the bow and arrow,
I thought I was the dick move.
and I basically have an overrun on the goblin in my face. Is he gonna try and move around, or?
No, he's gonna resist.
Ah, fuck.
Alright.
Oh god.
So you fail and are stopped dead in your tracks. Do you want to move?
Well-
Because you can take a move action now.
Yeah, that's if
Well,
I
actually,
move
that's
that.
a full round to charge and do the overrun, right? So you're out of luck.
Yeah.
You can take a 5.
Yeah, I'm. Oh shit.
And I need you to decide which
Wait.
square you're in, buddy. Are you in this? Oh, are you in this square, or are you in this square?
The corner.
Okay. So you can take a 5-foot step. I'll give you that, but that's all you got for the round since you failed to overrun him.
You know, every single dice I've rolled today has been a 2.
Feels like Kaldori last week, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry for making fun of you last week. I'm sorry.
It's the karma coming back around.
Yeah.
I always get my way in the end.
If it's karma, then I must be a saint at this rate. With last week and this week.
Fuck, what was the question again?
You have a 5-foot step you can take. I'll give you that much.
No.
Okay.
Any way I go is just getting in the way of Fuck, what's his name? Galadori.
Alright, Pyre, your turn.
Alright, so the goblin in front of us is obviously going to be an issue.
Yes.
So, am I close enough to touch him?
Yes, you will provoke, however.
Do you really want to set a goblin on fire on a wooden floored building?
So...
Well, once he's doused in gasoline, it shouldn't be too big of an issue.
So...
Honestly, you should probably heal yourself. I mean, you've taken a couple hits and you don't have a lot to go on.
So, I need to explain this. You can combat cast defensively, and you get a +6 to that. But because you are tiny, you provoke for moving into the square, and you provoke for casting, because you don't have actual reach. So targeting him will provoke at least one AOO, even if you roll defensively, because you are moving into that square to target him.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did take a hit from the arrow.
I think that is the reason that Sarah can set up only ranged actual attacks, because he can't actually reach anything without getting out of the saddle.
Right, right. I mean, I let him do so. I let him lean off the cat, but he does provoke for that movement. Plus, he provokes for casting. It's a 2 AOO. If they have the attacks of opportunity with combat reflexes, he can get pounded twice for one action. So that's why he tends not to do so.
He doesn't have a fire seed 1, unfortunately.
No,
so he can't do D6s or modify the range.
No, he can do the range because he has close. He can do 1d4 close if he wants. For 1 SP, you can throw 1d4 fire as a ranged touch attack.
Oh yeah. You can cast it as a level 1 spell.
Yes.
Or you can cast a level 0 cure spell on yourself as you're wounded.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can
that's
heal
what I was
yourself.
looking at.
Yeah.
Alright, so do I add anything to my heals, like a caster level or anything like that?
Nope. For your free heal, it's 1d4, costs no SP, just a standard action. Up to max half your max, so that won't apply right now. The 1d6 costs 1 SP, and it's just 1d6 per caster level. So since your caster level is 1, it'll heal 1d6. And that'll cast 1
Gotcha. Alright, I'm going to cast Sealing Scorch, which is my 0 level heal spell on myself.
Okay. Like I said, that only goes up to half your max HP. So unless you're at under half, which you are not. So you're going to have to pay the 1 SP and re-roll with a 1d6 instead.
For Sealing Scorch? Not Soothing Burn, Sealing Scorch. That's the 0 level heal, 0
right,
touch.
like I said. Do you know what Touch of Healing is in 3.5? The reserve fee?
No.
Okay. There's a cap, because it's free healing, of 1/2 your hit points or lower that it applies to. If it's not, if it's over, which you are, you're at 5 and not 4.
My wounds,
can't
I'm
apply it.
dead for.
Right, you're not wounded enough to use it on yourself, and that's how I balance that. Because it's free, you can cast it all day. You need to be under half your max HP, otherwise it has no effect. You need to use the higher level version. So you can spend 1 SP and cast the 1 level version for 1d6 and re-roll, but otherwise that has no effect on you.
Okay. Alright, so then can I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to set my wounds back to 4? Or?
Yep. I'll fix that.
Oh. Wah, wah, wah.
Okay.
Alright, so
all right.
hit 4 round action and
you heal
move on.
Yep, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright, so this
I'm
guy's
fine.
bleeding.
I'm fine with me having performance issues, but when my teammates have it, that's just stealing my limelight, to be honest.
Go ahead, Gildori. I'm gonna do a refill real quick.
Hey, I'm Leroy Jenkins, alright? But I was always gonna be success or fail.
How do I target opponents with my attack?
Ah, fuck, give me a second, I remember.
Control click, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
So you said I could attack him with my long sword, right?
Yeah,
went-
yeah, and it's control. You just click, you hover over, and click. So you would have a plus because he's above you. It would normally be +4 because he's prone, but it's a +3 on your attack. So all you have to do is in the modifier box in the lower left-hand corner, type 3 on your roll, and every roll, you know, that your next roll will have that +3 modifier.
Okay. Well, I need to make sure this guy is super dead. So I'm going to call upon the gods of good and law and channel my righteous inner rage towards the goblin in front of me, and I'm gonna hit him with a smite evil.
Okay. Okay. So you managed to hit him. But the issue is your first roll was a 1. So I need you to roll again to see if you...
Actually, his
fall
first
over.
roll is the 16.
Yeah,
that's the highest.
I understand. Here's the thing. I've been doing it in that order. But yeah, Fantasy Grounds is odd like that. In that... Yeah, you're right. Never mind. I still need you to re-roll to see at the end of your routine. I like how nobody complains when I do that with my goblins.
We can't see those attacks.
I know.
Yeah, we only
Yeah.
get to see like whether we hit or not. We don't really get
Right.
to see the whole thing.
Yeah, I get that. But so I need you to roll to see if you like fall or drop your sword or injure yourself on that 1 you rolled.
So my second attack, do I use my modifiers for that, or?
Yeah. So you hit with 2, and then the last one you roll a 1, so you need to re-roll that 1 to see what happens to you.
Okay.
And that you just roll a d20 on.
Yeah, I just need to see where the d20 lies.
No modifiers?
I don't need modifiers, just throw the d20.
Alright. Alright, we good,
Okay.
boys. We good.
So you'll hit him twice, and then just like he did, you'll kind of like fumble a bit, but you manage to like lock your legs on the stairway and put your elbow out to steady yourself from falling down the stairs. So no ill effects with a 14. And you will do damage twice.
My divine wrath is making me a bit unstable.
Yeah, I see that.
But hey, you hit twice.
Yeah, that was actually your middle roll. Because it goes +11 to +1 with the second hit to +6 on the last one. So Fantasy Grounds just randomly jumbles it up. I don't know why it does that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do manage to hit him and injure him through his breastplate. But
Is that your first
still,
and second hit in Mag's game?
I think so.
Well, I hit with my.
I think it's hit
longer.
3.
Okay.
Yeah, I hit
Oh,
my-
okay.
Alright.
I'm only mostly useless.
I've got a bunch of bots in my stream since Serakhawk left. Feels bad. Alright. So Kaldori whacks him really good. Let me go back.
Viewership numbers are viewership numbers.
I only have myself as a viewer, technically. Because it doesn't count bots anymore on Twitch. Alright, so we were at my goblin. And he snickers at the cat. And does anybody speak goblin in this group?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Okay. So he mutters something. And it's unintelligible, but he laughs. And then he is going to... Am I targeting anybody? Nope. Let's fix that real quick. He swings at the cat. Seriously? I miss both times. Feels good, bro. Alright, and
I'm gonna put my thumb on my nose and wiggle my fingers.
Okay.
Feels Caldori, man.
Alright. So, the guy with the spear is going to stand. So, Kaldori, you get an attack of opportunity.
Smite in time, baby. I had the +3 for the prone, right?
Yes. Normally it'd be +4, but he's above you, so he gets a modifier on that. It's just awkward.
Oh, hello.
Critical hit.
So roll damage twice.
It'll automatically roll twice. Dying.
Baby.
So he doesn't stand up, but it was a good try.
Yeah.
Alright.
He kind of twitches funny after he hit him the first time, so he hits him again and he stops moving.
Pretty much. So he is not getting up. And he is unconscious. Alright. This guy is going to keep shooting at, actually... Are you saying that in common? Yeah, you are. This guy is going to change his target. Excellent. He fires his bow.
You truly are a valued member of this group.
All right, so
That's the first time I've been hit in 2 different encounters. All right.
yeah. So the goblin fires his bow at the cat for talking smack to his goblin friend, and he hits him with one, and the others miss. And I ignore the bite. That's just coded in case. So he will deal.
Zephyr used taunt, super effective.
He will deal no damage to Zephyr. Even though the arrow just bounces off then in that case. Arthur Shane.
I'm gonna lean over and whisper into Xanther's ear. It's like, how are you gonna let Katori show us up like that?
Alright, I'm gonna walk past Katori
Okay.
and end up next to Zephyr.
Okay.
And then I'm going to smack that goblin right in front of me.
Okay.
One sec. Wouldn't he provoke one attack from coming up the stairs next to the goblin?
Yes. And I need to take that. I was just having a drink real quick.
That's fine.
Just want to make sure it happened.
Yep. So
I'll let you go first.
a +8 modifier. A 12 will not hit Arthur Shane. You're good to go, bud.
Well, my luck right out.
Rip. Alright. This dude is still bleeding out on the floor. Glendaro.
I do not hear screams for help, so I'm going to keep picking the lock.
Okay. Sounds good. Garrick. I don't know. Fantasy Grounds is odd like that.
Just double move out.
Okay.
Which are the windows on the second floor?
Okay. So you would be able to see. You would be looking. Where is the window on this floor? The window would be
Behind my
I
here.
can't tell if it's between. Can't tell if it's on Arthur's square or the one between Arthur and Kildori.
The third floor is where Glenn is. The second floor is far up north. So you would see into this bedroom, Nate, with the right below the G1 goblin. Through that window, you would see like the bed, and then you would see in here another bed. That's what you would see, and then there's the wall here.
He's standing in front of the inn, correct?
Yeah.
So he'd actually be looking in right behind Zephyr and them. Yeah, where the arrow is.
Yeah, but there's no window.
I was wondering if that looked like a window.
There's two right on the front wall. Look here. Let me highlight them real quick. Gotta take my hand off the touch to speak.
There's no. Oh yeah. You're right. There's a window here, and a window here. Yes.
So you can see my butt.
Basically, yeah. Although I did say last session they were boarded up, didn't I? The windows were boarded up.
Yeah.
You mentioned the ones on the first floor. I don't think anyone looked at the ones on the second.
Yeah, so ignore that. They are all boarded up, because I did say they're boarded up last week.
It only makes sense, right?
Yeah, they're using it as a fort, so they boarded it all up.
Otherwise, we could throw like a smoke grenade in there.
I'm trying to decide if I should try to Leroy Jenkins again.
You can try.
I mean, it
I
worked great
think
last time.
I think you should just slaughter the goblin in front of us.
Yeah, just full attack it, and then we can get to the other one.
I'm gonna lean over and be like, "Do it! You gotta make us look good."
Alright.
You're really like the devil on the shoulder, just like telling him the stuff not to do.
Mwahahaha.
Fuck. I'm trying to remember how to actually activate this.
Let me see if I can do it.
Trying to activate the power attack I had.
We have our pride to consider.
Do you see the magnifying glass? Just click that, and then click the little like person. It looks like a person with lights going around his head. There you go.
Ah, boom. There you go.
Yep.
Alright, yeah, I'm a full attack that goblin then.
Okay. Good job, buddy.
Wow, no, that didn't go very well.
Neither of those hit, buddy.
No, I mean, like, only one attack of the claws went off.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be like 5 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're making us look bad.
So
what the fuck are those rolls?
So
Holy
the goblin
shit.
just leans back and you whiff with all of your attacks. And he just laughs at you.
Deals Keldori, man.
God damn it, Kaldori.
Pyre.
I am going to cast Flame Spurt on the
Goblin?
on the goblin. Yes.
Is fire gonna ride Keldori from now on?
That would be funny.
Get a custom saddle for him.
Pyre abandons the theater as a failure and rides the path.
Don't put thoughts in my head.
Did we switch bodies while I was away?
Alright, so what I do need from you, bud, that's a hit. I need a concentration check with a +6 modifier on it to see if you can avoid being slapped for that one to disrupt your spell.
Hey, Meg, weren't you telling me about a game where you played a halfling and beat a hobo to be your mount? Was that you?
I had a goat familiar, and I took the Pathfinder archetype for halfling transmuters, where you get increased benefits from your familiar, and I turned him into a yeti, and I called him Nunu and Willump, and the DM was furious with me because I kept turning my goat into a yeti and beating the crap out of people with him.
No,
Where's this concentration check?
It's the CC next to healer buffer. So just type a 6
Gotcha.
under the modifier in the lower left corner to adjust, and then roll that.
Oh no, someone was telling me one time he was playing a halfling and he wanted a mount, so he went behind a bar and just started beating the shit out of a hobo and broke him to be his mount.
That wasn't me. All right,
A whole new meaning to Brokeback.
all right. So
Like he got him a feeding trough and everything.
Pyre will fail the concentration check because you need to hit DC 17 as a first level spell. So you attempt to cast without being hit by the goblin, but you don't manage to get the like hand movements right, and the spell fizzles.
gonna throw my hands up and be like, God, we suck!
Level 1 things. Alright, so this guy is still bleeding out on the ground. Yeah. Kaldori Sunwalker.
Must be opposite day or something.
What's happening, Kaldori, is that they laughed at you too much last time, so this time they're like, the gods are like, yes, it's Kaldori's turn to shine.
Except me, because I didn't laugh at him.
Yep.
I'm glaring at Kaldori, possibly considering hopping onto his back. I gotta get to good mojo.
Alright, Delta, so what's going on?
I think I'm gonna use Arcane Strike. So I'm gonna channel some magic into my longsword, and then I'm gonna power attack the goblin in front.
Okay, I need a concentration check from you as well.
It's not a spell; it's a feat.
It's a feat? Oh, that's
Yeah.
where you just spend SP to improve it by 1. Like, 1 enhancement, right?
Actually, it's just a bonus action. Your sword is treated as magical.
Right, that's what I was saying. It's a +1 enhancement at your level to spend your arcane pool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the mages, but I do remember that. Okay, that's my...
Oh, it's not even arcane pool. It's from the Cobra book.
It's a feat. It's no spells are expended or anything. It just eats up a part of your action on your turn.
Yep, so +2 to damage, right. Sorry about that.
No problem.
I don't know why it rolled 2.
That's fine. You do hit.
Oh, good.
Okay. So you do manage to wound the goblin in front of you. And muffled in the corner. This guy's not happy. And he doesn't see the cat or the midget as a threat. But Kaldori just hit him. So, let's see what we got. Okay. I'm going to try to trip Kaldori on the stairs. I rolled a 30. I'm pretty sure that beats your CMD.
Yeah, let me check. Yeah, I'm down.
Alright, so you go prone on the stairs, and what I'm going to need for you is a reflex save to see if you actually roll down the stairs or not. So we're going to set it as a DC 10 to catch yourself.
Ah, of course.
Kaldori strikes back.
Oh, man. Off by 1, buddy. Alright, so you were going to
This is why you don't tell him the DC.
No, I think it's funnier this way.
Alright, so give me a 1d4 to see how many tiles you roll. 3, alright. So you roll down all the way to here, I think, right? Yeah.
Basically the first square of the...
Stairs, yeah. You roll down the stairs. And we're going to say that I'm not going to roll D6s for flights. I'm going to roll 1d4 to see if you took any damage, and 4. So, what's your defense, buddy?
3, if you count my shield.
Okay, yeah, we'll count your shield. So, you will take 1 point of damage from tumbling down the stairs to the first floor. Excellent. And the
I point at him and go, ha ha.
Hey, here's something funny. The stairs did more damage to you than any of the goblins have done to me.
This is my first point of damage, by the way.
The goblin turns and looks at Arthur, and he says, "You're next, buddy." But it's in Goblin, and nobody understands Goblin.
What I do is I take my fingers and waggle them in his face like I'm saying hi with just my fingers.
Okay. Okay, so this guy, he trots over here and will dig around in his backpack real quick. Arthur Shane.
Alright, I will commence to beating the shit out of the goblin in front of me.
Okay. Legit, 2 hits. One of them seems to slightly wound the goblin, and the other is completely resisted by his chain shirt. Alright.
Oh! C'est la vie.
This guy continues to fail his stabilization rolls. Glendarrow.
No one is screaming for help, so I'll continue to pick the lock.
Alright. Garrick.
You could step on the goblin in there and finish him off.
I mean, he's been bleeding for like 5 turns now, alright? Someone just needs to put him out of his misery.
Yeah, just finish that guy off. It's time.
I couldn't hear you, Nate. Okay. You're gonna try to break the window? Go ahead.
The one that we're not in front of, right?
The one right behind Arthur.
What's this giant pole sticking out of my ass? Oh, hi, Garrett.
Garrick can't tell which way you're at, so he's blind. Yeah, I'm gonna say you break the window and you can see Arthur Shane's butt in your way. Yup.
I jiggle.
Alright, Zephyr.
I jiggle my butt.
Alright, you know what? No guts, no glory.
That's right.
I'm gonna charge that goblin again. I'm gonna charge the this archer again. That ruffling around his bag is making me nervous.
I'm going to suggest that Xanther hold for a second, and I can make him stronger.
Yeah, I'm serious. That ruffling in his bag is making me fucking nervous. So,
Are you gonna wait and follow his suggestion, or are you just gonna go?
Leroy Jenkins!
The chaotic neutral duo. The cat tries to overrun, and the goblin just like sticks out his chest, and the cat bounces back in the corner.
I'm looking around, seeing if I can undo my harness so I can, like, jump off this cat.
It'll take a full round to undo it. Yeah. So
This guy's gonna get me killed.
Your turn. Are you gonna spend a full round trying to undo your harness?
The other alternative is you could hold your action until you go before him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or, I'm gonna hold my action so I go before Xanthar. That way I can cast on him.
Sounds
Or
good.
the other thing is you could just cast it on him now because it will roll over to his next turn.
Right. Either way works.
I'm gonna hold my action until his turn. That way, now does that reposition me in initiative order? That way I can keep doing that.
Yeah, you'll go right after. I'm gonna put Garrick at 18.1. So you'll go right after Garrick and before Zathir is how it'll work.
Alright, so that will be my turn for now.
You know what? I'm getting close to my endurance limit. I'm just gonna take a nap on the ground for a turn.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm already prone, so.
Lying on his back, reflecting on his past mistakes.
Alright. So this guy is going to, let's see. He's going to try to trip Arthur Shane.
He does have improved maneuvers, right?
Yep. I rolled a 30 against Arthur Shane too. What's your CMD? 26. Arthur Shane, you go prone.
And since I'm on the edge, and since I'm not on the stairs, do I not fall down, or?
You're good. You're just prone in front of him.
All right.
This dude is stable. This dude pulls out a potion and will feed it to the unconscious dude. Bam!
I'm guessing you didn't roll a nat 1?
I did not roll a nat 1. Excellent.
Wait, is he back to life?
He's good to go, buddy. Arthur Shane.
Well, I tried to get up.
Okay. I am going to swing at you. Where is my goblin? That's a +8. A +12. I rolled an 18. I believe that won't hit your defense, right? You have a 20? Yeah.
I have a, yeah.
Okay, so he whiffs. You can stand.
I am nearing my maximum on endurance.
Okay. You can try that next
wait,
time.
So I'm gonna go down the stairs.
Okay, so you're gonna walk down the stairs? Okay. And leave the cat to his shame against 3 goblins.
Yeah, sorry, Zathir.
Fuck it, I'll do it. I can do it. As long as the dice don't fuck me, I can do it.
Okay.
Don't worry, Kaldori's with you.
Oh man.
I feel Kaldori is about to make a comeback in the worst way.
Glenn. Still doing your thing.
Yep. Okay. No one has cried out for help. There's obviously the sounds of battle, but no one has said, "Hey Glenn, we need a hand." So he's just gonna keep picking the lock.
We got this.
Likely story.
Hey Glenn, we need a hand.
I barely even remember you're up there.
Okay, so real quick with Nate, did you walk around the building? Was that your plan? Or did you?
No, I just repositioned myself under the second floor instead of under the first floor.
Okay, cool.
Right?
Yep.
Can you take out squeezing?
Yeah, I'll do that real quick. That's what I was wondering about. Okay. And then you don't have resist fire anymore.
Shove that spear through the window. Come on. Thrust it.
Yeah, I'm out of the way now.
Surprise, motherfucker. The 20-foot long sphere slides through the window. And,
surprise telephone pole.
Yeah. One misses, but the other one hits the goblin.
He just kind of jerked to the side in shock.
Yeah. He just takes a butt ton of damage as you just stab him through the chain vest. And the goblin just looks out the window cross-eyed at you. Pyre.
Alright, Fleming attribute onto Kitty Cat. Go, my friend. Kill all.
Alright.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't realize I would spam.
I'm a full attack on that goblin.
Okay.
Maybe this will work this time.
Sounds good.
There's some weird stuff going on with Keldori. He's double prone.
It's cool. Alright, so
Alright.
I need a reroll for the 1. 2 will hit though.
Alright. Will the bite hit?
No.
Alright, that's
Actually,
the reroll.
The bite will hit. No
Okay.
bad effect from the reroll, and the bite will hit. So give me 2 claws and 1 bite damage. Where is he at? What's his constitution? 18. Alright, so...
When the cat works, he works.
Just gotta do some math. Okay, so he is now dying on the ground, prone, and unconscious, being slashed apart by the cat.
I'm gonna spit a
You just
flaming
added-
boogie on him.
You just added both of those to me.
I did? Yeah, no, I didn't. I dragged him onto G31. It's just Fantasy Grounds as being dumb again.
Alright, well, I'm prone and unconscious,
Not
so...
anymore. Yeah, just let me know when that happens, because I will drag them onto one area, and it applies them to whoever's turn it is for some reason, or somebody random for some reason. It's just the rule set is bonkers sometimes.
Fun! Alright.
Yeah. All right. So you do pull this goblin down after all this time and the taunting. You manage to claw him up real good with the help of your giant friend. All right. The muffled shouting. The bleeding guy on the ground. Stabilize.
How do I get rid of these effects that I put on myself?
I'll take care of him. Just 1 second.
Okay. Is there a way to create them on a free account, or do I need to buy?
You might be able to right-click in the effects thing and create item. If you're not allowed to, it's a user only.
Yeah, my only option is close windows, so...
Okay, yeah. I can, but I paid.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I paid, so...
I'm still prone.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still prone, so I'm just gonna stand up.
Okay.
I shouldn't be, because I stood up and walked down.
I'll fix that, buddy. Where are you? Way up here.
I'm back on the first floor.
Yep.
Well, there's not much I can do, is there?
You can step on Arthur Shane and move past him.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
That's what I did when I moved past him.
Yep.
I guess I'll cast resistance on myself with a duration of a minute per CL. So I'll cast resistance on myself for 1 minute, and so it gives me +1 to my saves in case I get tripped again.
Okay. You have the duration thing?
Yeah. So it's
Okay. Yep.
Seed 0 ward with a spell level 1 duration.
Okay, so that'll give you +1 to your saves, like a
Saving
cloak.
throws.
Yeah, it'll give you like a cloak of resistance for 1 minute.
Basically.
Yep, okay.
And I'm done.
Okay. And that'll cost 1 SP. And we are on to this person, then this dude who is bleeding on the ground. Excellent. This dude will reach into his pocket and drink a potion. Excellent. And this dude.
I'm gonna yell out, "Stop drinking our loot!"
He is going to...
That's the way to do it.
Now that there's nothing in the way, he is going to open fire on the cat.
Oof.
All misses. Excellent. And he is going to take a step back. Arthur Shane.
I see my taunting is working.
Alright, I rest to get 5 more rounds of full round action.
Okay. G13 is stabilization failure. Glendaro, still rocking it.
Still rocking it.
So it was 12,
Round
13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You unlock the sword.
You said round 18 is when I unlock it. It was round... Yes, it was round 12 when I started, and you rolled 6 rounds, so you said round 18.
Yes. Well, I may have been wrong. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You unlock it this turn. So that's your action. Next turn you can actually handle it. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Garrick.
That's what she said.
Yep. 6 rounds of foreplay before you can handle it. You're absolutely right. Oh, that getting banned on Twitch.
Someone getting naughty with the sword? Come on, man. This is a family game, isn't it? No, it's not.
Hey, you gotta give him credit. I mean, it's probably the biggest thing he's ever handled.
No.
No, not at all. And don't talk to me about making things dirty. We've got party members writing party members.
Oh, God.
And here's Garrick just shoving sticks in holes again.
He's playing pocket pool with a spear in the windows. Oh, man. Alright.
I mean, come on now. This game is set up for gutter thinking.
It really is. Alright, so Garrick tries to stab the archer through the window, but doesn't manage to make it with the weird angle through the window. And the goblin dodges. Pyre.
He needs to learn how to handle his wood better.
Yeah. Feels bad.
Okay, so the what is it? The flaming attribute. It only lasts for 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
it's
I want
level
to
per round. Yeah. I don't think Sarah.
All right, so I'm not in combat with anybody, or I'm not in melee.
Yeah,
with
that dude got
anybody
put
anymore.
down. The guy.
So I am going to throw my flame spurts on the one who drank our loot.
Just spurting at people now?
G21. Okay, this dude. Sure. You take a -4, or he gets a +4 to his AC because you're doing a range attack as prone, but that will still hit because you dead nailed the AC he had while prone. So go ahead and roll.
Aha!
Max damage. Nice.
Take that, you goblin mother kisser.
Zephyr.
We're charging that archer.
Okay, go right ahead.
I don't have to roll for it, so.
So does a flaming elemental sweat?
Yes, you sweat sparks.
Probably.
Well, then I am sparking like crazy right now.
Yeah. So
Like a sprinkler on the 4th of July.
for whatever reason, it's not counting your PP, so I had to add 3. You only have 2 PP left, bud. For
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, all the spell casting and whatnot, I'm like starting to break a sweat here.
Yeah, so you've got 2 SP left for heals and buffs. Okay.
Yeah, I've only got 5.
Alright, and I'm gonna pounce on that archer.
Okay.
Double check, I have my attack 2. Oh, shit, no. There we go.
Okay.
Alright, those are my claws. And the bite. Ah, damn.
Feels Caldori, man.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
hit with
kinda
1
does.
claw. So it deals, okay. He drops immediately to the ground. Actually, no, he doesn't. Where is... I don't think there's an actual thing.
I can't wait till I pick up Rind.
Alright, so you claw him, and he kind of just looks like cross-eyed at you, and kind of like
What the fuck are you doing?
sways back and forth in front of you.
I go, ha! Didn't see that coming, did you?
This dude is still doing his thing on the floor. Caldori.
Alright, time to get back into the action.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk up the stairs. And unfortunately for him, my smite is technically still active, so
Alright.
so I'll do my 1 attack roll.
Oh yeah, because he's still alive.
Yeah. Oof.
That'll hit, because he's still prone.
Oh, cool. There we go.
When Caldori rolls still work.
Sure. Alright, so he is dying again. Yeah, because he pulled out a potion and drank it. He didn't stand while he had a chance. Sucks to be your loot, though. This dude is bleeding, just like the dude who was left. Alright, this dude, he is not actually prone, because I messed that up. Alright, so he... He gave up his healing potion. He's doomed, right? Feels bad for the goblin. What do we got on us? We gotta think.
He could try running upstairs.
I'm gonna yell at him, your days are nigh.
Yeah, he is going to... I gotta try to think like a goblin is the thing. Not good like that. So yeah, he's gonna try to move through the corridor here.
Attacks of opportunity?
I get an attack of
Not if
opportunity.
he full round withdraws. As he moves though, he passes out and drops to the ground prone.
Huh.
I think he hit his endurance limit.
So he drops to the ground unconscious after taking a step. Arthur Shane.
I walk up the stairs to see how everyone's doing.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't investigate that muffled scream.
And then I continue on over towards that door that was we heard screaming behind.
You have enough movement for all that?
If I make a double move, I have 40-foot movement.
Okay. Okay, so you block the doorway without the ability to open it, right? Okay. Next. This dude is doing his thing. He finally dies. Congratulations, you finally killed the goblin that shot the fire arrows last session. Glenn Darrow, what is your action?
I think I'm going to pick up my sword.
Alright, you pick up your sword.
Well, why don't you check it first, you know?
I checked it for traps before I started unlocking it, because unlocking it would have triggered the traps.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pick up
Yeah,
the
which
sword.
was why I was not worried about it right now. So yes, I'm picking up the sword.
Okay. So this sword is a rapier with a fancy, like, full hand guard on the back end and a cross guard with, it looks like a red gem on either side of the cross guard, and there is a red gem on the pommel. It looks incredibly sharp and incredibly well made. Alright, so then that's your move action, right? You still have a standard.
Yes, I will go ahead and stow it.
Okay. So another move action stows the blade. Okay. Garrick.
Yeah, just chill out here.
You need like a... Do you know those packs that you sling on your back that has beer in it, and then like there's a hose that you just pull out and drink from? You need like a backpack full of beer the size of like an ogre strapped to your back.
He's gonna make a beer camelback.
Yeah, just throw a keg on your back. You're good to go. Pyre.
Now what you do is you get him a helmet, and then you put the 2 kegs on the side of the helmet with a straw, and just have like one of them beer hats.
Oh god.
One of them has
I tried to pick up one of the unconscious goblins and put him through the wind, get him out.
They're all dead.
Okay, so you pull that one.
Playing with the unconscious goblin.
You pull that one to the ground with you. Okay.
Alright, so we're no longer in any threat.
Maybe.
You haven't investigated the entire floor, so you don't know that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. It's like, let's start going. We found these 3 guys up here. Let's go room to room and clear each room.
I'm resting this turn, alright? I'm resting until Caldori checks that goblin that just fell over.
Okay.
That's why I moved past him towards this door where we heard screaming.
Okay. So, are you gonna rest yourself? Or are you gonna get off? Which would take a round of you undoing the saddle, by the way. Then you need to jump off.
He doesn't technically need to undo the saddle. He just needs to take a standard action to dismount.
Oh, okay. I thought you were strapped in with a military saddle. That's my bad.
Yeah, he is. He is strapped in a military saddle.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The military saddle is strapped to the mount. You are not strapped into it. You can mount and dismount. It's just better suited. Dang phone. It's better suited and shaped to help keep you in it when you don't want to dismount.
So there's not like any kind of like clasp or anything like that keeping me on?
You can climb down. Dang phone.
Alright. Well then I'm going to crawl on top of the cat's head and mimic like a wavy flame and go, look, we went Super Saiyan.
All right.
So you're resting. So you're resting. Okay.
Yes.
Zathir's resting.
Yeah, I'm resting. I'm just suspicious of this goblin.
Okay. You will continue to hear muffled sounds on the other side of that door. This dude.
Right, which door is the muffled sound coming from?
Where Arthur Shane is.
Right. I'll try to do this. Yeah, so I go like over the goblin there,
Okay.
and then like check if he's like still alive.
Okay, so you're gonna like step here. You're gonna go from step up here and then walk over, which is 20 feet. And then you check the goblin. He is bleeding to death on the ground.
Hey, you're breaking out.
I
I don't know if it's me or I don't know if
No,
it's
my
my
end.
end. Okay, it's my end. Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good now. All right, my end.
All right, so he's definitely dying.
He is dying. Yes, he is not dead, and he's still alive. But you can tell he's bleeding out on the ground. It's just pouring out of him.
I'll put him out of his misery.
Wait, before you put him out of his misery, I mean, are these guys sent by anybody? Was this just like a random encounter? Do we need to like obtain any kind of information, or is there any information we can obtain?
We
from these goblins?
don't speak goblin, and we just kind of chased down goblin bandits that we were hunting, and this is where they were running to.
We already have 2 goblins in the cart, remember, from last week?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
We locked in the
one
strong.
moment. To clarify, the original mission we were sent on was to eliminate the bandits that have been plaguing the tradeways, and they have been rumored to be a large tribe of goblins.
Right.
So, these guys were attacking people on the road, and they are goblins. They fit the description, so we're killing them.
So we want to keep one alive and make sure they are the goblins?
We already have 2 locked in the chest.
I have a wagon, and I locked 2 of them up in a very sturdy chest that I purchased before the game. So,
Are they from the same goblin tribe?
Yeah, do they look like similar to the goblins that we fought before?
Yes, the guy that you're standing on looks exactly like, and the guy that you smited looks exactly like the same kind of dress and colors of dress, and the same like color of the fletchings. They are white and red. That the other tribe had in the camp that you dealt with last week. Yes.
So I see no problem to take this guy out of his misery.
No, as a paladin, that would be a merciful thing for you to do. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Then,
So
yeah, if they're this part of the same tribe and whatnot, then we already have 2 of them. I have no objections.
Okay.
So I use my longsword and give him a quick death.
Okay, because you moved, and coup de grace is a 4-round action, right? So you would need to just make
coup de
an
grace
attack
is
roll. Coup de grace is a full-round action, right? It's not like just
yes, full round action. He could just make the attack, and probably will kill him if he's already down that.
Right. So you would just need to make a normal attack. I'm sorry, bud.
I mean, this is Caldori we're talking about. Alright, so I just get like my +4 for him being prone.
Yeah, you get a +4 to hit against his AC because he's prone, and I strip away his dex bonus because he's unconscious. Okay.
Should be good enough.
Is this... No, it's... this dude up here, right? Okay, let me pull up his thing. Yeah, that's good enough to hit him. Go ahead. Okay. And I just need you... I need to pull a mic into the room because I can't see his stuff. So he's bleeding heavily, but he's still alive. Okay.
Alright, feels bad.
Yep. This dude. is he got pulled out the window, and he is now dying on the ground next to Garrick, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. This dude is dead. Oh no, this dude right by Garrick died. He let out like a in front of Garrick's feet. And this dude is on the ground. This dude is on the ground. Arthur Shane.
I knock on the door.
Okay.
Or no, I open the door.
Okay. You grab the handle and twist it, and where's my thing? You hear a ka-thump, and an arrow flies past you and hits the wall behind you. It's a big, heavy crossbow bolt, but the door is locked. Yep, the door is locked. However, it does not open.
Oh, okay. Then I'll wait for Glenn to get down here because we'll need to open it. I checked the door behind me to the other room.
Okay, you want to open that one?
Yeah, I try it.
Okay, so you open that door and you see, let me just pull you away so you can actually see in the room a bit. You manage to see that it's a small, just normal room. There's a desk against the wall right here, and then that's like a hutch. There's a desk here. This is just a shelf unit. This is a bed, and it's a very simple room. There's nothing inside it. There's like 2 books and like extra blankets on this shelf right on the inside of the door, and then the desk is empty with a chair.
Alright, I'm just gonna step into the room so it gives people room in the hallway.
Okay. Glenn.
Alright. Let's see. The room didn't really give me anything else that was super interesting at the moment, so I think I'm going to take a cautious peek downstairs.
Yeah, so to clarify, these 2 are beds in the center of the room. This is a shelf. This is a hutch. My arrows aren't really working. That's a hutch.
Yeah, I see the things you're pointing out, and
chest
and
fire.
Yeah, from I'm referencing my perception from the previous thing. The only thing that really stood out as, hey, this is treasure, immediately loot this, was the sword. So, for the time being, it sounds like things have started to quiet down, but I also just heard a familiar thunk sound. So
okay.
I'm gonna, because I got hit with one of those traps earlier.
Yes,
I'm gonna go downstairs and check.
Okay, so you trot downstairs, and where you end up is right in front of Arthur Shane at the bottom of the stairs. If you have enough movement, yeah. Right in front of the door.
Yeah, I've got 30 feet, so I should be fine getting there.
Okay.
So I see the little trap door that opened and shot the crossbow bolt out of it, correct?
Yes, you do.
Okay. And then presumably it's locked, or else they would have just opened it.
Correct. Yeah, it's the door's still shut and Arthur's there.
Yeah,
hi,
behind you.
Oh, hi, Arthur.
Where the hell you been?
I just kind of turn my hip as the shiny new rapier is hanging off of it. And I will start kind of...
Tips don't lie.
I will go ahead and, get down and pull out my tools and start picking the lock on it again. So.
Okay.
Maybe he took it off the goblin leader.
Alright.
Okay. So, do you want to go ahead and roll that d6 real quick, and I'll roll my picklock?
Yep. Oh, that's the D8, sorry. 2. Okay. So, at the end of the next round, you will have opened the lock if you're successful. So,
And 13 is my lucky number.
Yep.
Yeah.
Garrick.
Play baseball with the dead body.
Also, what was the sense motive for?
To see, like, your stance and, like, whether you did any fighting or stuff like that.
Well, there's a blood-stained patch in my armor.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna guess the sense motive 10 check won't be enough to tell you much outside of like what your perception would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, seeing that kind of stuff is less a sense motive, it's more a perception, because you're not trying to interact with me and see what I'm, like, hiding or telling you, it's just like, oh, what do his clothes look like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to sense, like, your emotions as you're going down.
Right on.
Probably a pretty smug look, because I've got the shiny new thing on my belt.
Nice.
Am I big enough to open a door?
It would be like a strength check for you to try to open the door handle because you're only a foot tall and you're like I'm gonna guess somewhere under 10 pounds. So for you to try to turn a normal door handle would be an effort.
Maybe there's a set of keys around here.
Yeah,
You know, so don't break your breathing.
Maybe you guys haven't checked.
I mean, a set of keys wouldn't exactly help you turn a doorknob.
Right. The issue for Pyre is that he's just tiny. So turning like a human-sized doorknob would be like a strength check, just like bending bars for one of you guys to break out of a cell. Like that kind of exhaustion, because his strength is so low and he's so tiny, it would be an extreme feat of strength for him to turn the doorknob and push the door open.
Oh, right on. I just assumed it was locked.
I mean, you guys haven't tried it, but I'm just letting, like, that. He asked, can I open the door? And I explained. That's why I was explaining. He's just so tiny and small that it would be like, you know, it'd be like Caldori trying to break out of a prison cell, that kind of effort for him to do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a little demoralizing.
Yeah.
Alright, well, if that's the case, then I'm just gonna find a little spot on the back of Xanthar to, like, lay down and recline and relax.
Okay.
Like, crawl out of the saddle, crawl up to, like, the nape of his neck or whatever, just, like, kind of lay down and sprawl out.
Okay. Zathir, your turn.
I'm gonna take a small step over here, and I'm gonna roll a perception on both of these dead goblins.
Okay, so you'll need to pick one and spend the round trying to search it. Yeah.
Then the archer.
Okay.
Search he already had one magic goodie in the whatchamacallit.
Well, both of them did, because the one over by the stairs also pulled out a vial and drank from it as well. So I'm sure he's probably as well equipped as the archer is. So I mean, we already got Caldori over here standing by him. Might as well check the one that's not occupied.
I can't roll shit today.
All right. So Zathir looks at the goblin and goes, "Yep, that's dead." And it's got clothes on. Caldori.
Is the goblin I'm standing over dead?
No.
Alright, I'll crit him. Coup de grace.
Okay.
Oh shit, I forgot he wasn't dead. Whoops.
Yeah, he just bled all over you.
Wait.
You pawed at him real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Caldori misses the prone, unconscious, dying goblin.
No, there's D8s. I thought it was
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you don't have to roll to hit on a coup de grace. You just deal crit damage, if he survives the damage, he has to roll a DC 15 plus the damage dealt, fort save, or die instantly.
I thought those were attack rolls. I didn't see the dice size.
Although assuming I'm failing is a fair assumption.
Alright. So, that will kill the goblin.
Wait, so did I just try to loot him before he was even dead?
Yeah, you just got blood all over your paws, that's all. Alright, so the goblin dies. Kaldori wins that fight.
I guess that's my turn.
Yep. This dude is dead in front of, the giant. This dude just breathes gently on the top of the staircase. Arthur Shane. What would Arthur do?
What would Arthur do? WWAD. I'll open the desk if it's unlocked.
Yeah, okay, so you open the desk and you find I'm trying to think what you would have in an inline.
Another crossbow bolt that shoots up.
That's a dick move, but sure, why not?
You find all kinds of flammable liquid. Whoops.
You would find inside the drawer of the desk 2 candles and a thing of flint and steel in a tiny wooden box. And then you would also find a pair of old, like really thick woolen socks with holes in them inside that drawer.
I'm gonna pick out the wooden box and try and open it.
Okay. So the wooden box holds the flint and steel.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. And then I look and see what the name of the books on the shelf are.
Okay. What languages do you read, buddy? Common, Celestial, Elven, Sylvan. Okay.
I'm not common in Elven.
Yeah. So you will see what looks to be 3 books. One is like it's just called Fairy Tales, and it looks like it's just a children's book by the decorations on it. And then another one is called The Book of the Path, and you recognize that as a common religious book, similar to like a dumbed down version of the Bible for, like, the uninitiated to just get acquainted with the local religion. And then the third is a tiny little book that looks like it was handwritten, and it's just it just says Thornwatch, and that's it on the counter. So the cover, it just says Thornwatch. So it looks like the innkeeper wrote a tiny little book and put it on the shelves, and then if you want to open it up and read it, it would be just like what the history of the Thornwatch is and what they offer with a menu inside. And that's it. That's the only books on the shelf.
Alright, sounds good. I'm done.
Okay. Glendaro, you are still turning the lock, and it manages to open at the end of the turn.
Yay. Can I just free action? Got it.
Okay. Garrick. Okay. Sounds good. Pyre.
I am doing like snow angels on the back of Xanthar, like one would do on like a bearskin rug.
Okay. Zephyr.
I kind of feel like full round bugging Keldori for what the hell's a theology class.
Well, back at the monastery,
I'm gonna go over here, open this door, and just kind of check what's in it.
Okay, so you open the door.
Panthers can open doors?
Yeah, just like raptors.
He's an intelligent Fey Panther that can actually talk and do stuff a normal cat can't, yes.
I mean, if I can talk, do you really think I can't open a door?
I'm joking.
I had a cat that could actually open a steel outside door that we had. It was a security door. It was actually lean up and turn the handle with both paws.
Madman.
Yeah. Alright, so you open the door and you see a desk, a shelf, and 2 beds in this room.
I can't tell what's valuable or not, so screw it. I still have movement, yeah. That's just like a 5 foot.
If you take your 5 foot, you're done for the movement for the round. You can take another move action, but it can't be movement.
Alright.
Does the cat hop in bed?
I mean, I might as well. Shit. It's not like I'm doing much right now. Actually,
You can't move again, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I finish off those goblins, we can just get the archers to look around for anything, and then the rest of us can start resting.
Yeah, I mean, Nate could have searched the goblin that he pulled out of the ground if he wanted, instead of just going AFK.
I mean, I don't really have anything I can do. I can't really. But whatchamacallit? Screw it. I'm a kind of roll a perception, see if I notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Wow, I don't notice. I notice I'm in a room.
Yeah, you forget where you are.
You hear from the distance. You hear a muffled. I got it.
All right. This dude is doing his thing. Keldori.
Yeah, I'll just do as I said. I'll just look around the inn, cue the goblins, and after that I'll take a quick look around, but then just rest.
Okay, so you're gonna walk down here to G21 and then try to kill him off. Is that it?
Well, yeah. If we're still gonna do this like a combat round, then yeah.
Okay. And I'll let you make that roll. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna take if you guys need to take a 5-minute break to do the same, I gotta do that right now.
We might as well do that.
I don't know if it's my mic or my phone. I don't know, or my headset. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Ignore the man sitting here binding a book while we play.
I'm guessing we'll just, unless there's more dangers in the rooms, we'll probably just level up at this point.
Yeah, once we finish clearing everything out and make sure that it's all safe, then yeah, we can.
I think we're just kind of discussing what we're doing our level ups on, and I don't remember what I'm doing my level up on.
Right.
I know I now have to buy into Zen Archer for 5 XP, so I'm going to do that.
I have 2 options. I can either get Divine Grace and spend basically all my points on that, and that means I can't level up my caster level until level 3. Or I can get my caster level now and skip Divine Grace to level 3.
What are we getting? 10 XP? Is that right?
Yeah, we should have at least 10.
Alright, because I don't remember what that translated to. Oh right, I was gonna get Powerful Charge. That's what I was gonna do.
Nice.
Get double damage on the one attack that is most likely to hit.
We don't think that rapier is magical by any means, do we?
We have no idea because I am not magical, so I do not know if things are magical.
I'll cast a detect magic on it, see.
I'm still fucking confused on why that archer just died, like from one hit from a scratch.
I think it was more that he hit his exhaustion level after taking some damage.
I don't think fatigue does that much, does it?
If he nat one, he was probably trying to make a check to keep going without taking fatigue. He might have rolled the nat one.
Ah, okay. Because I was getting really suspicious on what the fuck is going on with that goblin.
We don't need to worry
Yeah,
about
I was
it.
expecting to turn around and like, oh, there's somebody here, acid in your face.
Yeah, I was getting really fucking suspicious.
Nah, I'm gonna say this party composition is pretty good.
But if we stopped rolling like garbage, yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking how 2 is my favorite number tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm rolling pretty good.
All right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I rolled 7 different 2s on rolls.
you also roll like 15 things around, so.
We'll double the rolls, twice the fails.
All right. So you managed to do
It's
damage.
mostly fails right now. All right.
So you
My
hit the
success is a
goblin,
pretty good success, though.
and the goblin is still alive, bleeding but still alive under Caldori.
Do we still need to act this through combat?
It's just a simple thing because not everyone is dead, and to organize stuff, I'm trying to keep it rolling because if everyone just shouts, like you guys have all been talking over each other all night as is, if I let you go like free, you're just going to talk all over each other and I won't be able to understand you.
Alright, so how about we say from now on we go in Discord order?
Okay, that's fine. I just since not everyone is dead, I have stuff in motion. I've been trying to process it with that in mind.
Yeah,
That's
that's fair. I guess they're not dead technically.
Yeah. Alright, so that's the guy you hit. Arthur Shane.
Alright, I step out next to Glenn, and I go ahead and open up the door.
Okay, so you're gonna like step next to him and then reach around him to open the door? Okay.
Yeah.
So you open the door,
Yes.
and you and Glenn will see, can I? Good lord, will it let me open visibility? There we go.
If there's humans in here, we do not mean to harm you.
Alright, so you see, behind the desk here, you see
Probably.
a little boy tied up in the corner with, it looks like a pillowcase or something is stuffed in his mouth so that his mouth is stretched open really wide. And he looks like he's been beaten. Over here on the bed, you see a middle-aged woman that is naked, dirty, and bruised. And then you see like the desk, another bed, a bookcase here. So when they see the door open, they both start like muttering, but they both have gags in their mouth and they can't actually speak.
Alright. I'm gonna go in there and give the woman a blanket and ungag her.
Okay, so you've moved and you've opened the door. You can, when you move and do another action, you have a move action or a standard action left. but you can't actually move again. So you would you would still be like here on the stairs. Oops, I'm grabbing all of you.
Okay.
So you're just looking at the bruised
you're just
up,
like waving
tied
at
up woman.
Yeah.
Okay, I just say the goblins are dead. Or dying.
They seem to like sigh in relief, but they don't know who you guys are, so they're still kind of wary.
The thing is the humans open the door, not like say the giant or the cat. That would have freaked them out.
Yeah.
I mean, the one human has a lot of acid burns on one side of his face, so it might not be the most comforting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess you're not the
I'm a
prettiest,
human.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they just need a cat. Maybe they just need a kitty.
No.
All right.
A kitty that's just covered in blood.
Let's see. So they're both tied up and gagged. I will go ahead and move over, cut the bindings on the woman first, and then toss a blanket on her.
Okay, so for you to move over there is a move action, and she is bound hand and foot and then tied to the bed on top of that with a gag. So it'll take you more than a standard action to cut her free.
Okay.
But you can start that.
I will go ahead and get started cutting her free.
Okay. So you move over there and start cutting her free, and she looks nervous because there's a scarred dude with a sword in front of her. Garrick, is Nate gonna do anything? Or
I will point out the sword is sheathed, and I'm using just a general knife to cut her free.
Okay.
Not using a weapon to cut her free.
Okay. Nate, are you gonna do anything, or are you AFK still? Nate's AFK still. He could be searching the goblin he pulled out. Pyre.
Maybe you guys take care of the dead goblins. I'll go talk to the prisoners. Try to calm them down.
Well, I'm gonna ask what you guys found.
How about you wait until after my turn, and I'll walk over there so you can do your diplomacy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move you down to I'm gonna move him to 17.1 and you to 17. How about that? Okay, so Zephyr, your turn.
Alright, and I'm gonna trot right out into there, just kind of brush, shoulder check Arthur into the door.
So you're just doing whatever?
Yeah, I'm doing cat things.
Okay. So the woman freaks on seeing the cat with the fire elemental on top and starts
As I told you not to do this.
Yeah. So she
Don't
starts trying
worry,
to
don't worry. They're just stupid. They didn't think about your being scared.
Yeah. When she starts struggling, I'd step away for a second so that she doesn't accidentally cut herself on the knife.
Okay. Pyre.
Alright, so I am going to use my diplomacy
Okay.
to calm the woman down. Stand up, pat my hands down, calm down. We're only here to help. We took care of the goblins. They've all been dealt with. Let me take a closer look at your wounds.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll diplomacy?
Yeah, give me a diplomacy check. Okay. So,
We didn't see the dice. What was it?
Because I rolled it in a tower because I don't know the results.
That's what you should do
okay.
for stuff like stealth and diplomacy and bluff and stuff where you don't, it's not an attack roll where you can actually see the effect.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, so the woman kind of looks at the tiny creature funny and will seem to relax at hearing those words. and look over at her son and or the kid in the corner and nod, and he'll seem to relax.
All right. So what kind of actions do I have left available to me?
Well, doing the diplomacy check and then like standing up would probably take your entire thing. And normally diplomacy, I'm gonna say it's just a round because it's simple. Normally it would take time. Like there's different levels of diplomacy, but you were just doing a quick like calm down. We're not here to harm you. That's just your full round to stand and exhibit that.
Okay.
Some things take minutes to do, but that's just a standard round. Yeah, basically. Alright, so...
That doesn't cause any, like, exhaustion, does it?
No. The little boy in the corner will seem visibly relaxed at that. This dude is doing his thing. Kaldori.
What did their eyes do? Because apparently Zathir just talked.
Well, apparently the party seems happy for me not to use my ridiculous diplomacy checks, so I'll just keep killing.
Okay.
Coup de grace.
Okay. So you managed to kill that dude.
Yeah. And then 5 foot steps, start going towards the goblin on the first floor, just check if he's alive.
Okay. And this one will look around and like move her arms towards her mouth that's gagged. Arthur Shane.
Alright, I walk in and go up towards the boy, because Glenn's already taken care of cutting free the woman. So I go ahead and start freeing up the little boy.
Okay, so you're going to move to the other side of Glenn and try to free the boy? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a move action and a standard. Do you want to pull out the gag, or do you want to attack his bonds first?
I'll pull out the gag.
Okay. So you pull out the gag on the guy, and it takes a lot of work. Like they almost unhinge his jaw to keep him quiet. Glendaro.
I will continue cutting away, but I will go ahead and acknowledge her request and pull the gag out first before I continue.
So you pulled the gags out of both of them, and again, it took a lot of work. They almost broke their jaws. Garrick, is Nate around?
I'm back.
Okay. You do have a goblin at your feet if you want to search him.
Yeah, I searched the goblins outside. This guy, that guy, and originally.
Okay. So you had the swordsman that you pulled out. You can make a perception roll. Or if you just want to take a few minutes, you can take 20. That's fine too.
Since it could be a few minutes to help these people, can I step out for a couple of minutes?
Sure. Talk to you in a bit, bud. Okay. So Garrick will do a thorough search of the goblin, and will find one small vial with a blue liquid inside, and a small suit of equipment, a small scimitar, a small chain shirt with a big stinking hole in it, and a heavy shield. All of which are the goblins holding. Alright. Zathir.
There's nothing really I can do in this situation.
So instead of murdering the goblins and letting the Diplomancer come in and help these people, you rushed in and go, oh, there's nothing I can do. And
no, I came in specifically for Fire to do the diplomacy.
Okay.
That's
Right.
the only reason I came in.
Because we're trusting the cat and like the basically a fire elemental to do the diplomacy instead of like the attractive half elf paladin.
Hey, you see my picture? I'm pretty hot.
To be fair, Zarek did build with a decent diplomacy, so.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he's kitted out to do diplomacy, so yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they are women, so the whole hotness thing is a bit of a hit and miss, but
Yeah.
I get your point.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that he rides on a cat, he just looks majestic. Come on.
Looks majestic. I am majestic.
All right.
Alright, so,
I'm practically a legendary mount. Fuck.
right?
Good lord. Everyone's arguing about being majestic, and I'm sitting here going, I have burns on my face, and I'm doing work to actually help these people.
Yeah.
I am too. Calm down.
You really want me to try and scratch open a bond? All right, that'll end terribly for everyone.
So, go help kill the rest of the thing.
Alright, well,
There aren't any goblins left alive.
I'm gonna hop onto the bed with the lady,
Okay.
and
Oh, yeah. Dinner and a show.
Whoa. Whoa there.
Calm down now, kitty cat. And then I am going to use my my heal skill to assess her injuries.
Okay, go right ahead. Okay. So you look her over, and she seems like kind of weirded out by a little fire elemental riding a cat, checking her out. But you've reassured her, and you can tell she's injured, but you can't tell what from. The injuries seem to confuse you.
Is it something one of my healing spells would be able to take care of?
You think so, yeah. Like, there's obvious bruising all over her. She's dirty. She seems, like, malnourished. That much is obvious just looking at her. It's quite obvious. But you can't seem to see, like, tell, like, what happened to her. You just aren't that familiar with what's going on.
Alright, just next round I'm going to use my healing scorch on her to heal her up a little bit.
Okay.
But that'll be next turn.
Okay. Oh, so the little boy will, now that his gag is out, he will start to say, "Hi, I'm Rob. I'm fine, but please help my mother. The goblins have been horrible to her, and she's hurt." And he'll kind of point his bound hands towards the bed real quick. Alright, this dude is still doing his thing. Caldori.
Yeah. So, do I just see that one guy still alive?
Yeah, that one guy on the other side of the room is just kind of
Yeah.
sleeping there.
I'll take my a double move and get on top of him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess that's my turn.
So the woman without the bond, she will say, thank you for rescuing us. And how do I... There we go. She will say, my name is Jillian Thornwatch, and this is my inn. And the goblins sacked the inn 4 days ago and killed my husband and the other guests, and have been eating them after boarding up the windows. And if you hadn't come in time, I'm afraid they would have eaten my son while having their way with me. And she like thrusts out her hands and says, if you would please free me, I need to check on my son.
As a free action, I'm gonna go ahead and let her know. Let me take care of your wounds, and then I'll move over and take care of your son as well.
Yeah, and we'll assume that you guys have free action now. It's the top of the round, or round 23. So,
Okay,
I'll go ahead and finish cutting off her binds then,
sure.
and offer her a blanket.
What order are we going in now?
you guys have free move. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assume Caldori acts this round and is done, and coup de grace the last goblin. And this will hopefully speed things up if we can keep a little bit of control and not talk over each other. You guys have free action right now. I'm just going to keep track of time. Excellent.
All right.
So the goblin's done.
Can I do one check? Just kind of.
Yeah.
Right now. All right. Just kind of want to do a sense motive on the mother.
Okay.
I don't know. Wow, that's actually a halfway decent roll.
Okay. Normally you'd want to do that, and like any stealth or bluff or anything like that, diplomacy in the dice tower. Do you know where that is, bud?
Not in the slightest.
Okay, it should be showing. Do I have it on in this game?
Okay. Yeah, no.
It's in the bottom right, but it
Yeah.
gets covered up by everything. So
Yeah, I had it covered up.
You drag your dice onto that tower and it'll hide it, and only I see it to give those hidden rolls where you don't actually see the result right away.
Alright,
but that's
want me
fine.
to redo it, or?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
You can, from your experience, you think she's being truthful with you, and she seems generally concerned, and that is her.
She's a witch.
She's genuinely more concerned about his safety than her own at this point.
I'm gonna ask Glenn if he can, do something so she can maintain some of her modesty and dignity.
Okay.
yeah, I was already working on that.
Yep, he was going to cut her free and then throw a blanket on her, right? That was the plan.
Yeah, cut her free, toss a blanket on her, and then after that, it was going to be going to wherever the nearest dresser is and looking for some actual clothes to hand to her.
All right, I'll say you can cut her. You can choose to cut her hands and feet free, or you can try to unbind her limbs so that she could actually get off the bed once those are free. Your choice this round.
I'm going to be completely cutting her free before I'm focusing on the clothes. Like, hands free, feet free, which this would be the third round of it, so
right.
I don't know.
So my curiosity is, which would you prioritize? Unbinding her limbs or cutting her free from the bed, because they're bound, her limbs are bound together, and then she is bound to the bed on top of that.
Bound to the bed just so that we could get her sitting up and partially covered, and then then cut the limbs, and then I can get her some actual clothes after she's free.
So I'll say you moved over there, you checked her out, and then you pulled the gag out of her mouth, you cut her free from the bed, and then you cut her hands free. So you just got to cut her legs free and get her a blanket next time. Okay, next.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Yeah, I already said I hopped up onto the bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I go ahead and move my token?
Yeah, go ahead.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and cast my healing spell on her. I'm just gonna do Sealing Scorch, the 0 level one.
Okay.
Should I just drag it on her, or are you just gonna go ahead and assume I've done it?
Yeah, just roll the 1d4. Okay, so you heal 3 points of damage. And you see some of the bruising fade on her face. And then next, I think that would be Garrick, right? What's Garrick doing?
I'll be searching the goblins near the door.
Okay. You will find... Let me read that off for you real quick. You will find... This is all small equipment, by the way, these goblins. A breastplate, a long spear, jerky, water, a bedroll, and then another set, like you found before, a scimitar, chain shirt, and heavy shield on the ones that died here in front of the doorway. Those would be easy to spot. And then I believe we are back to Arthur Shane.
And Garrick, if you want to just start piling that stuff next to the wagon, I can load it up later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go tell Garrick that everything's all right, and hostilities have been terminated.
Okay.
Just so he knows what's going on.
Alright, and I'm gonna continue freeing Rob.
Okay, so you managed to cut him free, and Rob will thank you, and he will trot over to his mother real quick and jump on the bed with her. He's small. He's only he looks like he's somewhere between 4 and 7 years old.
He's probably still bigger than I am.
Yeah, he's bigger than you are. He could wrestle you. Glendaro, you are cutting her feet free and then tossing a blanket on her this round, correct? Excellent.
Yes.
Alright, and I need to kick the round. We're at the top of round 25 now. Okay, so we haven't covered...
I'm trying to stop doing that. Fuck.
Okay. We can... And I did, multiple searches for Garrick. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So I did 2 searches for Garrick. So he's done. Zephyr, Pyre, Caldori, and Jillian all get to go.
I'm gonna just kind of wander off and try and find some place to wash off all the blood.
Okay.
Probably isn't making the humans very comforted.
Alright. I'm trying to think of where they would have that.
Probably outside somewhere.
Yeah, outside.
Yeah,
somewhere.
it looks like there's a little well. Or wait, no, sorry, I'm thinking that's the guard tower.
Yeah. So it would probably be somewhere out back, around here.
Yeah.
Actually, looking at that guard tower, it doesn't look like a guard tower. It looks like a shitter.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was an outhouse.
Yeah, I use it as an outhouse with a tower on top. But an outhouse wouldn't be where you wash up, it's where you take a squat. So...
keep having to log out, or get out, get back in.
Yeah.
Distortion.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, I'm just kind of walking outside.
Okay. Pyre?
I'm going to slowly move over to Rob.
Okay.
Same thing. I'm going to assess his injuries,
Okay.
see how bad off he is, if he even needs any healing, because it looks like the mom took the brunt of the injuries.
Yes.
So I may just use my medicine
Okay.
and just see if I can quick patch him, bandage maybe if we have any bandages or anything like that.
Okay. I don't know if they purchased anything like that. No.
Well, if necessary, I mean, I'll rip up sheets if I have to make bandages.
Sure.
Might be able to search the inn. I mean, that seems like that would be a common thing that they might have at an inn just in case somebody was injured.
Well, if this lady is the inn owner's wife, she should know if they... I'm going to ask her if they have any medical supplies in the area so I can patch them up more thoroughly.
Okay, so you ask her if there's any medical supplies, and she will sigh and shake her head, and she'll say, "We normally do, but some of the goblins were wounded when they came here, and they used that on themselves 3 days ago."
Would you be upset if I used one of your sheets to patch you guys up?
She shakes her head and says, "Do what you have to."
Alright, so you want me to go ahead and roll a heal check and
Sure.
for patching them up and making makeshift bandages and stuff like that?
Sure. Okay, so you manage to cut apart the blanket, and I'm going to say that takes time with your heal skill.
Yeah, that's fine.
you manage to cut apart one of the sheets, and you cut it into like really nice blankets or bandages. But you don't manage to apply it right now because you needed to take the time to do that. All right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing for the remainder of the time until it's done. So.
Okay. Sure. And then Jillian will, now that she's free, she will sit up and pull the blanket around her, and will ask like, who sent you? And she'll look around at the scarred dude and the fiery guy and the cat that wandered downstairs, and then Arthur that freed her son, and look around and just ask like, who sent you to come for me?
The king.
Okay. She'll like turn her head and say, the king sent you. I didn't realize that the goblins were that much of a problem.
Oh, am I out there now?
Glenn shakes his head. We were sent to take care of the goblin bandits. You aren't the only person that's been attacked. We've been traveling the road and have come across a couple different bands so far.
Okay, she'll nod and she'll say, that makes sense. And she says, so you killed all of them? And with like a question?
All the ones we've come across.
Okay, she says, how many did you kill here?
There was 6 in this inn, right? And then there was another 5 out in the road?
There were 7 in the road. And you guys killed,
oh, yeah, that's right.
You guys killed 6. And there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 inside the inn, and you killed 7.
So, over a dozen.
Okay, she says, there's more out there. If you've only killed a dozen, then there's more out there.
Do you know where they might have hidden, ma'am?
She says, well, they've been using this inn as a base, and have been sleeping here and taking their turns of amusement with me, while my son watches for 4 days, and there's at least 3 dozen of them that I've seen wander through here.
Must be worse than I thought.
She'll look around and say, have you found any other survivors?
Not as
Glenn
of yet.
just kind of looks around and just kind of shakes his head.
Okay, she'll sigh and say, we had a full inn the day they attacked, so they must have killed everyone. And
I don't believe we searched all the rooms, so there may yet be people in their rooms.
yeah, you haven't searched all the rooms, that's for sure.
I'll go ahead and do that now and then.
Okay. So you want to try to open... You've only opened this
The
room?
bunk bedroom, or the 2-bedroom.
Yeah, in this room.
At that.
Basically, those rooms down there need to be opened, as well as the one room with the that room.
Yeah, and then
I'll
this
go
room
like
you want to open.
bang on the doors and yell out that, is anyone out there? And that kind of stuff. See if there's like any signs of life, and then if I don't hear anything from the rooms, I'll just start cautiously opening them one by one.
Okay, so you take the time to like bang on the doors, and you hear no response in any of these rooms. So you'll open them and you'll find the rooms just are destroyed. Like it looks like they didn't bother with this one. They didn't go in here or something, or it was reserved for some reason, but each of the other rooms that you haven't looked in yet, this one, all 4 of these over here, and then this one, all 6 of those are just like a dirty, filthy mess. They're beat up, they're torn, everything in it of value is destroyed or taken, and like you definitely wouldn't want to sleep in there.
Right. Can I make like a perception check to see if there's like anything valuable or dangerous or?
Sure, you would need to make 6 perception checks to just scan the room of each of these. Sure.
6.
Yep. Because
Can I not just take like 10 or 20?
I mean, if you just want to take 20, it would take you, what's 20 rounds?
2 minutes a room.
2 minutes a room, so it'll take you 12 minutes to thoroughly search each room, yeah.
In that case, you might as well handle the lady first.
Okay. But yeah, if you want to do that, it'll take you 12 minutes to thoroughly search the rooms.
Yeah, I'll do that afterwards.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do with the lady and the kid?
Well, I'm bandaging them up, so.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Would it be wrong to say eat them?
No, I was just about to say that, actually.
I'm completely kidding, and that was not in character.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it kind
Yeah, I
of
didn't think
was
so.
for me, but
Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
How long does it take for me to bandage them up?
The kid looks fine. He just looks, like he's got like rashes and stuff where he's been bound for several days. He looks more hungry and thirsty than anything. He's weak, and you can, like, even without a heal check, they obviously haven't been fed, and they are like extremely dehydrated and exhausted.
Well, due to my lack of movements and size and whatnot, can I ask Kaldori or Glenn or authors to see if they would mind checking maybe the pantry or the larder to see if they have any food and water?
I'll give them my water skin to share and like basically unload my rations and tell them to eat as much as they want.
Okay, so you give them food while Fire is bandaging the woman. Okay.
Or afterwards, whatever the easiest way is.
Sure. So she hands the food and water to her son while she is getting bandaged by Pyre. And then he will hand it back to her, and they take, like, all of it. Like, everything. I don't know how much food you have, bud. But they're starving.
I mean, we've only been traveling for a day, so
yeah.
probably have most of my rations and stuff still.
We each had like, I think, 5 to 10 days worth of rations, so...
Okay. Well,
it
depends on how much you had, and I don't remember. So, between the woman, she eats like 2 days worth, and the boy eats 1 day worth, and then they drink your water, all of it.
A small price to pay.
Yeah. Okay. So they seem to just be exhausted now, but the woman will say, "Thank you for rescuing us." And there will be more coming back, if not today, then tomorrow.
Glenn nods, and as they're getting the rations and whatnot, he will unhook the rapier from his belt and offer it to her.
Okay.
I assume this is yours. When we were first going through, we didn't know if there were any survivors or not, so I picked it up, but I believe this belongs to you.
Okay, she'll look at it, and she'll start to tear up, and she'll shake her head and look away, and she said, "That was my husband's. You can keep that. He's no longer with us." And yeah, she doesn't even want to look at it. She seems very upset by seeing it.
No, she said that
nods and hides it.
What's that?
She said that there are going to be more goblins coming.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'm going to suggest that the 3 guys maybe set up some defensive positions in case they're on their way now. And let me take care of her and Rob, let her get dressed and whatnot, modesty stake, get the guys out of the room.
Okay.
It'd probably be best to let her rest for a day or so, or the night, and then after that we should probably get her out of the inn if they're going to come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But let me take care of wounds and all that other stuff and get her decent while you guys maybe keep watch, not in the room with the naked woman.
Yeah, I think if we just Sorry.
Yeah, you go first.
I was just saying, I think we should probably just, with a keeping watch, just sort of spend the night. And then if the goblins haven't come back yet in the morning, then we should leave.
I agree.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you
that's a
want
fair
to
plan.
get her bandage up, get her some clothes, feed her, which you already did, and then keep watch on the end of night? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I did want to ask, so I had not gotten her clothes yet. I thought I had.
You got her a blanket. You hadn't gotten her actual clothing.
Yes. I had said after that I was going to be doing that, and then I kind of went AFK to let other people do their thing.
Okay. See, you guys have been talking over each other, so I must have missed that when somebody talked over you on that. Okay. So you will find in this room her clothes in this goddamn thing. It doesn't handle non-snap to grid line movements well. Against this wall in this room, you will find her clothes in this little area, or at least some clothing that will fit her. So yeah, you can let her get dressed then.
Yeah, I was just gonna set it on the bed and then I'd leave. So basically, because Fire was still patching her up.
Right, right. Okay. So
And Fire is a woman. I mean, not a human woman, but
sure. Okay. So you managed to feed them, bandage them, and get their, their short story of what happened. And she says you can keep the rapier, but she seems visibly upset with the reminder of her husband's sword. And you can probably assume that this was their bedroom up here, and that they used this as a spare room, given that some of the clothes fit her in this room down here, and that the room on the third floor was probably their bedroom, and they rented out like this is the master suite where you guys are in. Yeah, I'm gonna say that is right like here is their well. How about that? Right in the back of the building. So yeah. Let's see you try to operate a well with pause, buddy.
Right.
And it should be about the same as operating a door handle.
Yeah. The issue is you have to use the rope and the crank, and then you have to guide the bucket over while cranking, and he has no thumbs.
Why couldn't I have been a monkey with opposable thumbs?
Yep.
Did you not take the prehensile tail feat yet?
He has not.
Not yet.
Alright. So, you guys got here at I think it was 2:30 in the afternoon, 3 o'clock?
Yeah, it was getting later in the afternoon.
Yeah. You spent an hour and a half at the camp, and then you walked for I think it was 2 hours, so that's 3.5. And we're gonna call it an even half hour that you were messing around this place just for ease. So it's 5 in the afternoon. It's dinner time.
that's why I was heading towards the kitchen to take stock of what's here.
Okay.
After make sure that the lady and her kid are fine and I've searched the rooms, I think we should just take a long rest and get some kind of watch going. And then after that, we'll decide what to do next.
Okay. So Arthur wants to look for food. Okay, Arthur. You find that these barrels here are empty. All of this stuff along this wall is empty. You find spices here. And here you find some bags of wheat right up against the wall where you're standing. But the rest of the stuff is just empty, and the kitchen is a mess.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 or so goblins have been using this place for the last 4 days.
Now, is there any way I'd be able to use diplomacy and heal to cancel or console the lady and her son.
Yeah, you can try that, like a therapy session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a roll for each, and we'll see if you do well or you mess it up. Okay. Roll the second one again. Okay. So you managed to, speak with them for a bit, and just due to your differences in species, you kind of like make like an awkward faux pas, but you do manage to continue on and push through it, and you manage to make the young boy seem much more confident, and you manage to give them directions on how to hydrate and how to eat to gain their strength back quicker, and they will gain the benefits of a full day's rest within the short time that you've been with them, and just as if you had treated them for a full day. So
Awesome.
I need you to make, I believe it's a 1d6. I need you to make a 1d6 roll for each of them, and that'll be like treat deadly wounds.
Any modifier?
Nope. Okay. So you managed to heal the woman more than the boy, but the boy wasn't terribly injured. He was just malnourished, and they
The
will
boy probably has
seem
basic
much
points.
better. Yeah. The boy, actually, I didn't even set his hit points. That was real quick.
He was
that I
soft
did.
enough that they didn't need to tenderize him.
Yeah, that was real quick that I did while I was updating Bionuclear on the game tonight. I put these NPCs in.
Just being pedantic.
Yep. Okay. So they seem to be looking much better after administration, even if they do seem a little freaked out about all that's happened. And she seems
Alright,
very grateful to have clothes again.
Is the door still open?
The door's still open. Yeah.
Alright, and is everyone still here? Or did they leave while the lady dressed herself and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, I'm around.
I'm probably setting up, like, climbing up on the watchtower and keeping watch while everyone else is doing stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll like an acrobatics to try and work the fucking well handle.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check. Nice. Alright. So you managed to find a way to work the crank, right? So you start like working the crank, and it takes you a little bit of effort because you're a cat and you don't have thumbs. So you manage to roll up the barrel. What are you going to do now that you've worked the crank so the barrel is full of water and it's hanging from a rope next to you?
Shit, I did not think this all the way through.
Mag, would it take to get my spells back or my spell points? Would I need to do the paladin way, where I need to be in quiet prayer and meditation for an hour, or do I need to do like the sorcerer thing, which is I think it's rest for 8 hours?
You need to rest for 8 hours.
All right, fair.
And then you would need to pray. Yeah, you need to pray.
Okay.
I'm just kind of gonna crawl over and like knock the barrel on top of me, so it spills all over me.
Okay, you're gonna let go of that crank and crawl over and knock the barrel?
Yeah, it's tricky, man. Right? I don't have
Trying to keep
thumbs,
one
man.
paw on it while he like stretches to try and get himself underneath it. And I'm describing it so that if he fails, I want to see him fall in the well.
Contaminate our water supply.
Tell me exactly what you're doing with your body parts so I can give you a description of what happens, bud.
You know what? I'm yelling at Garrick to get over here.
Oh,
Rip the
Hold
hole.
it up around me and lower me down.
Oh, man.
I'm yelling at Garrick. I need help.
Okay. So is
You
Garrett
need
gonna
a
help him?
He's lawful good. Hopefully.
Oh, God. Okay, so Garrick helps him and grab, like, I assume you're gonna grab the bucket so it doesn't drop when he lets go.
Just pour it on me.
Okay.
I just need this goblin blood off me.
So the giant washes the cat. Okay, and then are you guys gonna like tell them to get rest and leave them alone then?
No, the funny thing is, he's actually the right size for like scaling down a cat versus a human.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Alright, so I need to rest 8 hours. The cleric probably also needs to rest 8 hours, so we'll do like a 10-hour watch or something.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot
really
everyone. I'm gonna shoot everyone at the lady's room and leave and close the door so she can rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We leave them alone afterwards.
Watch. You wanna like share your rations, rest, set up a watch, and prepare spells. Right? Is that what we got going on?
Yeah, I might as well go first, and then after that I can sleep my 8 hours.
Okay. So here's the crux. I need to roll if you get your 8 hours, but if you get your 8 hours, this is where you normally spend XP. So do we want to forge on without you leveling up to level 2? Or do we want to call it tonight and let you guys level up tonight and do your thing? And maybe you can, you know, include Bionuclear. I won't let him actually level up and spend their XP, but I can teach him if he wants to learn. I'll leave that decision up to you guys. So you can think that over and talk it out. Do we want to level up before we face our next fight, or do we want and like end today's session, or do we want to do the session and then level up after?
Let's level up.
Put your votes into the chat so we can count them.
Okay, while you do that, I'm going to be right back in like 2 minutes.
So just need the giant and Glenn.
For what?
We're voting on what we're doing.
Actual
But
vote.
it's looking like we're leveling up.
Yeah. Unless both of you are
Actually, right now it's a toss up. We're either leveling up or we're just abstaining from playing the game.
Oh, I said abstain as in
Yeah, I know what you meant. It was a joke.
Okay.
Get that powerful charge, so you know when I actually hit, I can do damage.
I mean, I guess the question is, are we going to have to fight after leveling up? Like, are we still going to have another fight this session, regardless of whether we choose to level up or just
No, we're not. We're not. This will be the end of the session if we level up. Which, you know, I'm fine with it. Last session went really long, so I'm fine with this one ending a bit early.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's level up with the majority.
Okay, so you guys want to level up?
You know, we can discuss what we're doing at leveling up. We already had our comedy moment of the cat trying to
work the well by himself with no thumbs. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this not having thumbs thing is kind of tough right now.
Yeah. All right. So, what we're gonna do then, if everybody like we have 2 abstains, and I know Pyre has a like leveled up version on my TNC server, but it's not on this one. So I would have to kill this server to get what he plans to do. And Serakhawk went to bed. But he has a plan in mind, so what I'll do is I'll leave the server up, and if you guys have any questions, I'm going to, you know, do some stuff around here, but I'll be in and out.
Right.
And then Bionuclear, if you are interested in playing again, I'm going to have for FGCon. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Okay. October 12th through 14th, they're going to be running game after game after game for like 72 hours, a whole bunch of DMs, and it's on, let me find the website. Of course, I rebooted my computer, so it's not there. FGCon events. I'm going to put that right into the SNC chat. I am running a 3-day event around this session and my Thursday night session for the village defense quest that these guys have an option to take. It's kind of like the Battle of Minas Tirith in Lord of the Rings, or the Siege of Troy, where you would be, as a player, sent by the king to defend a town under siege by orcs. And I'm going to start Friday night into Saturday before this session, so we'd end at like 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And then Sunday I'm going to run it again in a 3-day series, so that if you want to join all 3 days or just one day, you can partake in the progression of that quest that these guys have an option to take. I'm going to run it for Fantasy Grounds Con 13. If not my games, you can join in any number of DM's games across that weekend. But you're more than welcome to apply, and you could, somebody else picked Pyre to run on Friday, a guy named Aegis Prime on the Fantasy Grounds server. You could pick like any of these that are leveled up, and all of my players are have the option to build extra credit pre-mates for that event. So they're earning XP to build characters for that event.
I'm planning on building up Murder Cat, so if you want to try that.
Yep. And they're all, you know, some of them are haven't yet, and some of them are planning to do so. Some of them already have. But in the event you are interested, you could play under me again on the 12th or the 14th in that event.
And there's that one game you're starting to recruit for.
Siege of Morgrath, I plan on trying to open in November, yes. Just because I had the FGCon, and then I'm going to need a break, and then I'm going to need to start prepping. But yes. That will be a higher level game, and it's probably going to be Sunday, because Mr. Strange, you said like Sunday afternoon would work for you?
Yeah, I have off Sunday.
Okay, so we'll probably do a Sunday game with that, and it'll have to work around the holidays, obviously. But yeah, so you're welcome to hang out here and kind of see what these guys do. If not, we're gonna kill this session. It's a good break point. You found a rest point. You had some RP, you had some combat, and now you get to level up. And I'm going to have to hit you guys with how much XP you found. So I'm going to calculate that for you real quick since you decided to do that. Okay.
On hit dice, do we need a roll for the next hit dice, or is it maximum?
You take maximum unless you want to roll. You can choose to roll, and if you do, every 2 levels that you roll, you get an extra XP to spend.
Yes, Ding is absolutely correct. I give you max XP. If you want to roll and risk it, for every 2 hit dice that you roll, you get 1 XP extra. So it's a way for you to earn extra XP if you want.
I'll just take my max in, and I've posted my level up in there.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I need to calculate what you get real quick. So you guys were level 1, and you fought 7x, and I'm just going to let you see real quick. Mr. Strange DC, but that's fine. 4x1, and then is that right? 2x 1.25. I'm missing something. I gave you 7 plus 7, right? So I'm missing 1. So 0.75. Alright. And math is not with me tonight, so
That's about 12 and a half.
I did that wrong, yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to kick you an extra 2 +2 for good roleplay, and +5 for keeping both of the prisoners, +1 for offering the sword back, and so
Woo!
14, 15. You have
Karma.
20. You have 20 XP, and I'm gonna make a note that you have +1. You have 20.5 XP gained.
Nice.
Okay. And then I need to go into the loot thing, right?
And I need to build up a sheet real fast so I can get that 5 extra.
Yep. So that is 20.5 XP earned. And then you guys, I told you the loot. Hopefully you were keeping track. Hopefully.
I wasn't, but it's going on the cart for someone else to sell, so I'll just take my cut from that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the packages down. I just need to multiply by how many goblins. The specific loot was 3 potions that I don't know what the heck they do, and then some other stuff.
You had eight short bow and leather, and then 4 spear breastplate and shield, heavy shield, and then 2 scimitar, chain shirt, and heavy shield.
Can someone put like all that in the loot section? Who's taking notes? So
Yeah,
we can look
I'm
through
working on it.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
That was 8 short bow, 4 spear, 2 scimitar and shield.
Yes.
Okay,
The spear
got it.
guys had breastplates, and the scimitars had chain shirts, and the short bow were composite +1 short bows, and they had leather.
I'll nominate Ding as quartermaster, I guess.
I think he's quartermaster
Yeah.
in both groups.
Yeah.
Oh, and who has the notes from this? Does anyone have the notes of the stuff we looted last time?
That was including the stuff from last time, because in
Right.
total from last session and this session we fought 14 people, which is all of those goblins that just got listed.
Right.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Thank you.
And then we have, bolts of cloth and silk and shit?
Did you say we had unidentified potions?
Yes.
Yes,
I
the
can
ones that were
try
on the goblins.
to identify them through detect magic and spellcraft rolls.
Yes, go ahead and roll that if you want.
Alright. How many of them was it?
There were 3 small blue potions.
Alright, I'll roll 3.
Okay. Excuse me. Alright. You don't want to know what you just rolled, buddy. You just got 2 nat 20s in a row.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. So you will identify the 3 potions as cure, just like the 1d6 heal potion.
Alright.
So nothing incredibly valuable there, but if are you doing this near Glenn at all?
I guess so.
I had stated I was up on the watchtower, basically keeping watch. I as a person, I was writing down all the equipment that we were going through, and it was being stored on the cart.
You were on top of the porta potty keeping watch. Okay.
Yes, I am on top of the porta potty watchtower keeping watch while I still have the ability to see.
Okay, sure thing.
Well, I guess I'm not up with him then.
Okay. Well then, I'm going to save, and I will leave this server up. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Not at the moment.
Do I get my spell points back?
What I have to do is I am going to let you guys level up, and I have to roll that. It is
Okay.
round 25 since we started. But I need to take off several for the initial one.
So
And I
we
need
don't... we don't get so we level up even though we don't rest, correct?
What I need to do is I'm letting you guys like do your level up plans without going into the next thing. I need to see, and I can make that check now. It's just I've been answering questions. I haven't had the time to go through my procedure while I've been handling your guys' stuff. That's all.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That yet. So I need to roll real quick. I need to do. This is the D12, right? Okay.
Oh yeah, we could eat apples. We got all those apples.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess we don't need to be worried about my rations.
Because you got an apple cart? Yeah, okay. So... Okay. Okay. So you guys killed 13, and just a lot of calculation for me.
I think we only killed 12 because we've got 2 of them in the cart.
I guess they count as defeated.
Yeah, they're defeated, but not dead.
You defeated 13, and you killed 11. Alright, so... math stuff. Okay. So I need to make some notes myself, right?
So how does someone make a character for this?
Okay, sure. Since you are intrigued, what I did for these guys, I gave them 70 experience points. And are you familiar with like the point buy for 3.5 in Pathfinder?
Yes.
Okay. So I told them they have a cap of level of 1 hit dice, and that's the cap of all things, essentially. Except for like skill points and feats and spell points. Your cap of BAB, your cap of what abilities you can pull from. Like you can't pull like the Rogue's Advanced Talents or the Barbarian DR at level 1 because it's just above the power level of level 1. It would be too strong. So any level 1 ability you can grab at 1 hit dice, and you can grab 1 caster level, 1 hit dice, 1 BAB, and then up to a base of 2 in any of your saving throws, and each of those things cost XP. And I have a spreadsheet that outlines that. So each of these guys built a character, and some of them, like Mr. Strange, decided to build like a murder cat. So he took the Fey type, so that he's intelligent and can speak, and he's smarter than your average animal. And then he built, claws and a bite, and he's a quadruped, and he has natural armor, and he's got Fey DR, etc., etc. And then he's going to slowly purchase more racial stuff instead of going class abilities, so he can, just like in like, are you familiar with the savage progression in 3.5 for like monster races?
Yeah, I little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I have the savage species book for 3.5.
Okay, so it's just like that. You got to finish the race before you start taking, character stuff. So.
Right.
The giant Garrick, Nate bought a bunch. Bought the huge type, which cost him 17 RP, and that 17 RP cost him something like 26 or so many experience points, and then it's a 1-to-1 point buy for experience points to the point buy at level 1, and then afterwards you can no longer invest in that point buy, and you have to use Pathfinder's Race Builder, which I had converted to my hack with a few minor adjustments. So you get to choose where you spend your XP, and then like I just gave them 20.5 XP.
So you don't like.
What's that?
So you don't like pick a race like I'm gonna be a dwarf or a human or whatever. It's
Oh,
just,
you absolutely can. And what I did is I reworked all of the races, the base races, to 12 RP. Some of them were like 7, some of them were 6, some of them were 8, some of them were 9, some of them were 10, some of them were 15, etc. So anything that was under 12 RP, I gave them new stuff to bump them to 12 RP. Anything that was over 12 RP, like the ASMR is over 12 RP, they have an experience point cost because they have more RP in their base race than normal. So they just choose. So like Nate and Mr. Strange spent more on their race than, say, Caldori and Glenn. Because they got their Caldori and Glenn got free race stuff. I give 12 RP points of race free, like human or dwarf or elf, half elf, etc. Those are base free. But when you make like a freak tiger or a fire elemental or a giant that's huge, you're gonna pay a little bit more.
Or a Manitar.
He's gonna make a 6-limb Manitar that's quadruped as a backup. So there's some crazy outlandish things. So in the Pathfinder channel that is pinned, I believe you can find my hack and a bunch of stuff buried in there, and then some walkthrough videos, character building.
Okay.
There's a bunch of pins because we just went over character creation and discussion of how we're gonna build it. But let me find the link real quick for you.
Yeah, because I was thinking of making a ninja.
Okay.
And I was thinking race-wise, maybe a changeling.
Okay, I don't have anything like that built up, like in the 3.5 or Eberron settings, which where it's from, essentially. But this is the spreadsheet you would use, and I tagged you. That's the character creation, right? That's not the... That is not
Yeah, that's
what
character
you need.
creation.
Let me get that real quick. There's just a lot of pins I gotta go through. Character creation, how grappling works, character sheets, classes system, copy link location. Okay, so that is the character creation guide, and this is the Google Doc to use to build with. Those are the two things you would need to build for a level 1 in this system. So that's what they used, and then you just use like a Pathfinder point buy thing, and every point that you put into your point buy comes out of the 70 for level 1 that I gave these guys. So for instance, if you wanted to try, right, yeah, there is Nate. I believe I didn't convert that to my hack, but it's been a while since I looked for it. I might be wrong, and that would be on the races tab. And there are videos that are linked of how to navigate my hack in the pinned in the Pathfinder channel. Yeah, I don't believe I have Changeling in here. I have like Centaur, Gargoyle, Gnoll, Svirk, Neblin, Orc, Ifrit.
You could probably make one, right?
Yeah, you can make one easily with the race builder. So you could totally do that, and then if you wanted to play, I am running with open things for FGCon the 12th, 13th, and 14th of October, and you can try out one of the quests that these guys likely will do, is the Village Defense quest. So you can definitely...
Gotcha.
You can build your own, or you can grab one of the pre-mates these guys are making.
Well, I think it'd be fun to build my own. I think you have a very interesting system here, and I'd like to, try to have my way with it.
Yeah, so you're more than welcome to hang out on the server and ask any questions you want, for sure, if you are interested in that. And then normally I have these guys set up a buddy system, but I just figured I would open it up and see if anybody was having, needs a game for the night, and just in case someone like you, I find this interesting, I want to have fun tonight, try it out. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, I think it's a very novel concept. It's a lot like some other games that, like I said, Big Eye Small Mouth is very, very big on point buy.
It's GURPS for Pathfinder.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so it's a little more freeform, and you're not constrained to, I have to be a fighter for 3 levels and then a wizard for 5 levels just to become an Eldritch Knight. You can build what you want on the fly up to what you can spend in your hit dice cap. And around that, you can choose to be a freak race if you want, and most DMs don't allow that. So I'm allowing options that other people can't. What DM in their mind would let somebody be a murder cat and a giant and a fire elemental that's 1 foot tall in a normal game? It just doesn't happen. But because of that, and because of what I'm doing and altering things, this is an alpha test, and there's going to be broken shit that we run into. So we're testing it now, and then I'm going to try to do a first pass into the 3.1 version before I start up my new campaign in November. That's my goal. So these guys are my guinea pigs. I used to do the 1.0 version and the 2.0 version, and I finished up a campaign in the 2.3 version, and then I was starting to build a D100 system, and I realized it'd be a pain in the ass to get people to play test it, and I'd spend a decade building what I want alone. So I moved back to the 3.0 version of this, and I tore it apart with the action system and to try to make level 1 fights more explosive, so that the melee aren't holding the coat of the casters forever. And then I nerfed the early game casting, so Magic Missile now is a 3rd level spell in my system. Sleep is a 3rd level spell in my system. It's just, you can't do those power things early game that you normally could with Color Spray and Sleep in this system, so that the melee actually have a good time early game, and then they'll scale and actually be able to be useful in various ways, as opposed to immediately the wizard ends the encounter with 1 spell at level 1 and nobody has fun. So I try to do things like that.
As a caster at level 1, I cannot do stuff that regular casters would do in Pathfinder. Magic Missile would not be level 1 here. I can't do stuff like Burning Hands with D6 hit dice. I could do it with a D4 damage. And I can't make my Protection from Evil last longer than the round. But later on, the flexibility would be that I could use Protection from Evil as a burst spell and make it last literal hours if I wanted to.
Yeah. You could use energy.
The only conflict to that I'm seeing right now, especially after playing Fire, is you don't have a lot of attractiveness towards buffer classes, because a lot of things are 1 round, and when people start getting spread out, you're having a hard time trying to keep the group,
That's quite literally why you ride on my back. That is literally.
Yeah, but not everyone's going to be a foot tall elemental who can ride a murder cat.
Right.
One moment, if I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
The downside is, it's right now you're level 1. At a certain point, you're going to be able to start getting things where you can lower the cost, and you could start casting those for those low-level spells that last for minutes per caster level for the low-level spell cost, but the effect of the spell level continues to rise. So, for example, once you hit 3rd level, you can take the range increase or the feat to get the range increase. Your healing, that level 1 seed is going to keep increasing based on your caster level. So you're level 3, you're healing 3d6. You've got the feat that allows you to cast at a close distance for free. So you're casting a level 1 spell that can hit somebody that is 30 feet away for 3d6.
Right, there's
all of that for 1 spell point. It starts scaling up pretty rapidly. It's just at level 1, it hurts to be a caster. You need to have that support group to help you stay alive.
Right, and let me let me see where your spell casting is. So at level 3, you spend a feat to get target 1 level off, and to spend a feat to get duration 1 level off, and spend a feat to get range 1 level off. It's a high investment for a caster, but at level 3 it opens up those 3 custom feats I set, in that applying a range modifier of +1, or a target modifier of spell level +1, or a duration. So you can do 1 minute per level for a 5-foot AoE burst, which will hit 4 squares, at a 25-foot range plus 5 feet per 2 cast levels, so a 30-foot range. All of those modifiers for free, and they cost no spell level. In that moment, you can cast your level 1 seed that does 3d6 in a 4 square burst up to 30 feet away. And if you want to make it, a duration thing, instead of 3d6, I would say it's like 3 hit points. It's like fast healing 3 per round, and you can kick them with fast healing 3 for a bit. Like that kind of flexibility you wouldn't normally get in a normal game. And in that,
which is good. I like that.
Yeah. So it's just you as a caster early on, you are nerfed hard that you can't shut down an encounter or swing an encounter in any way. But later on, you are still going to be the god who walks around and saying, "Hold my coat," like in a normal 3-5 game. It's just early on, the murder cat and the giant and the monk / archer and the magus, they're the ones leading the way, as they should be in that thing, guarding you. And you can still be the squishy caster, or you can be like Kaldori is the paladin / sorcerer who is walking around in armor with a sword and still stabbing people and smiting people. But instead of being capped at like 4 spell levels casting and not being able to cast any spells until like 5th level, he can do it from day 1. It's just very limited. He has to balance that cost.
Because I'm paying a lot to be able to do both. Like, I'm paying for D10 hit dice. I have to pump my saves up the wazoo. I have to get proficiencies and stuff like that. So a normal caster would be weaker than me at level 1, but later on they'd probably have more seeds than me.
Yeah.
Well, already, I know Sarek spent more on getting a decent number of seeds rather than pumping his spell points. Because, for example, in the game that I'm playing, the Thursday night campaign, I'm running a caster so I can help Mag test out the magic system.
Right.
I have a lot more spell points than he does, but I am a little more limited in the scope of what I can do. I focused on a few things that I am going to do well, and I pumped up the number of spell points I have so that I can keep casting for longer.
Right, and then Serakhawk has a plan. I'm not sure which level it comes into play. He's eventually going to grab the Warweaver class from 3.5. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. It was in something like Tomb of... I forget what it's, something about battle. It was a war game supplement where you're supposed to...
Actually I have that book.
Okay, so he's going to pick up that thing, and he'll be able to create a like tapestry to send his buffs to the entire party, and that will it'll cost him a lot to get into. But at that point, when he starts to get into higher level, he'll be able to, from the back of the cat, tie in everybody to the tapestry and kick off cheap buffs. One cast will affect multiple people very cheaply, just buffing everybody with +4 strength and +4 dex and +4 con for 1 minute per level, and it'll affect everybody in the tapestry. It's like a belt of awesome that he just kicks off for a couple spell points to the tapestry. He's going to be very, very strong. So that power sink you feel at level 1 right now, where you're like, I can't do this because I'm tiny and I can only do a few options, it's going to expand into an array of options where you saw like he custom fitted his own spells for his own flavor. You create your own spells and you just tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what level it is and how much it costs, and what cast level you need for it, and then you build that into your build. and it's
because I mean I have a definite idea of how I want this character to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just need to know where the tables are and where I'm pulling from and all that stuff, so I can start getting all my resources together. So I can start like, oh, I want a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Some of that would be nice. Because I'm not gonna lie, my intention is to just completely break your game.
And at that point, like that would offend me, but I need to test it. So
Well, no, that's the point, because you said this is basically your alpha, right?
Right.
So this is not a break to be a dick. This is a break to see how far I could push the limits of your system.
Right, and in that instance, if you find something truly broken, I would suggest you bring it to me, because if you bust it out in game, I'm going to be pissed. The goal isn't to break it in game and be like, lol, look what I did, because I'm going to be upset, because in that point, if you break the game in a way where no one else can play, I just end the session and I close fantasy rounds and say, I'll see, I got to rebuild, and no one else can play.
No, this is purely for your benefit.
Right, so yeah, the theoretical break the game stuff, bring that to me outside a game, and then find something playable that won't be like, I dominated the entire session, and I'm God, and lol, look what I did, because at that point no one else can have fun, and it's no fun running for people. So that's my only thing I would always say about that.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. I mean, like I said, I really like your system.
Yep.
I like the concept you're putting forth. And so I want to help you develop it as much as I can. So, like what I'm thinking is I mean, I don't know if you play a lot of like World of Warcraft or anything like that.
I don't. Landed does. He's playing that right now. He's in my Tuesday game.
But the rogue class with Shadow Step Ambush type of concept, where I can stealth, teleport behind a character, and use my sneak attack damage to basically shank them for ridiculous amounts of damage. With that, obviously you stealth. You teleport behind somebody so you maintain your stealth, and you stab somebody for copious amounts of d6s of damage. Obviously later on in the game,
sure.
That could eventually, even low level, fighting low level goblins or whatever the case may be, that could potentially be very devastating.
All right, and we
already sort of nerfed the teleport and take a turn as well.
Yeah, so I'll tell you how that works. Because you can access the transport speed, what I did is every level represents like 2 levels of spells except for 0 and 5. So level 1 transport seed is level 1 and 2.
Hey, Mag?
Yeah.
Question. So you are allowing 3-5 stuff, correct?
Anything Pathfinder trumps it. Can I finish what I was doing?
Yes.
Okay. So, in that setup where a second level transportation seed is 3rd and 4th level, that's where Dimension Door would fit in, right? Whereas the Magus' Bladed Dash fits in with I think it's a 2nd level spell, that would fit in the 1st level seed. Because it's a 2nd level seed, and it hits earlier at level 5 instead of level 7, where a 4th level seed normally would, and a 4th level spell would in Pathfinder, we ruled that any 1st or 2nd level transportation seed effect, you would once you cast it and move for the round, you and any targets you bring with you are not allowed to act for the rest of the round. Any 3rd level or higher transport seed, the caster can't act for the rest of the round, but that's your 5th and 6th level spell levels conversion. That's a full teleport, in which case you can bring people with you and they can act. The caster is done for the round. So your concept would not work in this game.
Well, you can still do it, but it's kind of nerfed. Like, you'd have to wait later.
You wouldn't be able to ninja teleport in and gank them in the same action.
It would be kind of normal at that point.
What about, like, the Shadow Dancers walk through shadows?
Yeah, exactly. That's the concept I was going with. And I was trying to remember what that class was. But yeah, the Shadow Dancer has an ability called Shadow Step, where they can walk into one shadow, out of another shadow, and it's treated as a move.
Did I convert the Shadow Dancer?
For Shadow Dance.
It's a prestige class, so I don't think you did.
Yeah, I'm gonna look, because I have converted some, and I haven't converted all of them. So I do have a prestige class.
It's one of the main 8, so you might have.
And the other thing is he could do that, after he could cast like 5th level spells and stuff.
I was going to say there is also in 3.5, I believe it's also the Book of Nine Swords with the martial maneuvers.
The Weeaboo book?
Yeah, I never run that.
Yeah.
So anything out of there, ignore that.
Yeah.
You don't want to get me started on that.
Okay, so no Sword Sage then. Got it.
Yeah, or Tomb of Magic. Don't get me started on that. So I did move Shadow Dancer, Assassin, Hide in Plain Sight. I would have to convert that class, which as long as I'm sober and I've slept and I'm not doing anything else, doesn't take very long. I could work that up for you soon. And the Shadow Dancer I could definitely work up. Not all classes convert. See the Alchemist. I spent so much time trying to get that to convert. It just doesn't convert.
Yeah, because I'm looking at ninja tricks for the ninja class.
Yep.
And they have a ninja trick called Vanishing Trick, which basically allows them to vanish as if invisibility, using up a key point, which would be probably on par with, I guess, your caster seeds. I guess how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Those abilities, because they function off key, do actually count separately. Because that's a thing I was actually looking at going into, because I'm kind of a stealth archer build.
Yes. So that would work off key, like your monk key would be ninja key, and it wouldn't actually be considered spell casting. It will be a key ability, and I'll allow that to still function as a spell-less caster. That said, your vanish isn't improved invisibility, it's just invisibility, right?
Yeah, it's just invisibility, which means it would disappear as soon as I attack. But as soon as I attack, I've already done the damage.
Right. I believe you need, and then you would need to use vanish and then move, right? And then once you've moved, you could get into flanking position and do your +2 flanking bonus for getting on the opposite side of an ally, like Zephyr, and then you could get your invisible bonus and you could do your sneak attack. Absolutely, that would be fine.
Correct.
But
I'm not worried about the spellcaster classes being OP. It's more the martial stuff with the spell-like abilities.
Yeah, because I mean, as long as I've been playing 3.5, late game, I mean, honestly, I think late game, other than obviously mages and stuff casting fireballs, taking out huge groups, in single target combat, a mage with any kind of, or a melee fighter with any kind of, supplemental damage like sneak attack or Fist of Fury or whatever the case may be, has the potential to do far more damage, and with the ability to kind of tailor your abilities around your character and whatnot, I mean, it has the potential to be pretty devastating.
Yeah, and the fact that at level 1 you can have a bunch of attacks instead of swing once and you're done until level 6, unless you have 2-weapon fighting or a flurry of blows. That's definitely something I'm watching to see how strong it is, but if you guys have it, my enemies have it. So
no, absolutely.
So at a certain point, once someone brings out the broken shit that I normally avoid and they put it on the table as a player, I'm like, alright, well, if you want to go there, so do my guys. And I normally avoid doing that until someone puts it on the table. It's like, look at all this broken shit I do. And then you're going to see it. I normally avoid certain things, but if you're going to throw it at my guys, it's on the table and I'll use it. So that's something.
Yeah, it's totally fair, right?
Be wary what you do throw at my NPCs, because there's stuff I deliberately say, I'm the DM and I'm not going to be really cruel to my players. So at a certain point, when you do pull that out, I'm like, alright, the gloves are off, let's do this. Then good luck.
Yeah, I don't think we've hit that. I don't think we're anywhere near that.
Yeah, you won't see stuff like that till later, way later on. But yeah, I'm definitely wanting to model this character after the ninja class. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, okay, say I'm looking at the ninja class and I'm looking through it, and I think that the class in and of itself is a pretty solid class. And I mean, how efficiently would I be able to just basically just go off of the ninja table?
Really efficiently, because it's what, like D8 hit dice, and it's 3/4 hit dice BAB, and it's 2 good saves. You just pick that if you want, or you can upgrade it and do full BAB, higher hit dice, better saves, lower skills, stuff like that. You completely modular choose all that core stuff off that table, and then you pick your abilities and you pay for them.
If you strictly stick to a class that is not a caster, you are going to end up with more points than you know what to do with if you're just trying to mimic one class.
Correct.
You're going to fill out everything that's on that class, and then you're still going to have points to spend.
Right, so you can mix in some monk stuff, like unarmed fighting, like a monk ninja, or if you look at the spreadsheet I linked in the SNC channel and tagged you, I listed the character creation rules for level 1.
I got both of them open.
And then the spreadsheet, I also opened up a martial training thing with a stance and a minor offense and defense and a major offense and defense. Those things are where your martials, your full-on martial non-casters, are able to pick up like stat boosts, AC boosts, damage boosts, CMB boosts, stuff like that, and special stuff. So you could do like the leopard path, for instance. The leopard path will give you acrobatics and stealth bonuses. It'll give you evasion. If you already paid for evasion, it'll give you improved evasion. If you have already paid for improved evasion, it'll give you just a flat boost to reflex saves. So it'll scale if you're going like ninja or monk or rogue. And on top of that, it'll give you pounce, just like the cat has. And then you don't need to buy it with RP.
Because I think a really cool concept would be like a ninja class with a bit of like maybe like the 3.5 version of the warlock.
Yeah.
Where it's got like spell-like abilities where he can channel his eldritch energy into his melee weapon.
Yeah, and I included the warlock in my hack. The like the DR that the warlock gets is on there, and then the eldritch blast is on there, and the complex ability tab right to the right of the special ability tab. I put the way to get invocation, so you could totally do that. You would need to invest in a caster level, however, and turn off your spell-less feature, and you wouldn't get the cheaper feat costs and the bonus feats.
Yeah, the second you take spell likes, or you get spell likes from anything, like including race or class, you lose basically 4 feats for free.
Yeah, so that would be something to keep in mind. So, but you could totally make like a warlock ninja, and then mix in like some monk unarmed damage to be able to fight at like a ninja and like kick, punch, karate type thing, and then work in like the leopard path martial training to get pounce and increased stealth and increased evasion, and you could definitely rock all that, and you would just have to cost it out and work it into your setup, and through that create like an unarmed ninja type that kicks ass through stealth and sneak attack with the ability to shoot rays out of your hands like a warlock, and then you could get like the spider climb invocation, and
which would and like the eldritch blast with the from stealth would also trigger sneak attack.
Yep, yeah, totally. So all of that is doable in my hack for sure. Yeah, that'd be
so that's definitely the concept I'm gonna go with, warlock ninja.
Sure.
But race-wise, I was thinking they maybe drow or something like that.
Sure, and that would be fine. And if you wanted, like the noble drow, you would obviously pay XP for all the extras, and it would be really expensive. But that would be totally fine to pull. Obviously, you would have the stigma of being a drow. People would be afraid of you. They would try to attack you on sight type thing, unless you prove that you are not a threat and you are friendly. All of that I enforce. Even though I allow you to take those monster races, you're going to have the
hardships,
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I just got done like reading the Just Stewardin books, so I'm like kind of like in drow mode right now, like trying to come up with like drow concepts and whatnot.
Okay.
And even back in like 3.5, I've always had this concept of a drow warlock wearing a spiked gauntlet that could just channel his eldritch blast into his gauntlet and just hammer people. But being able to add like levels in Ninja just kind of like bumps that up to like this like different tier of like, you know, being able, you know, this different tier of like badassery.
I would let you rework the like Magus abilities to work with the Eldritch Blast. I don't see a problem with that. Instead of like a spell being cast, you channel it through the weapon of choice, and I think there's actually something for that with the Warlock, like the Warlock Glaive or something was a thing to give you like a reach form of your weapon. There was a instead of like the Eldritch Spear, it was the Eldritch Glaive in one of the books I allow.
Would putting channeling on your weapon work?
Yeah, I'd allow that. Yeah, because it's just like, you know, channel energy or channel smite or the Magus ability. I wouldn't have a problem with that functioning for the Warlock. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I mean, I'd much rather spend 1,000 gold than spend a feat.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd be fine with that. And then you just have to pay attention to the sources I list, because I list specific 3.5 sources, so anything not on that list is off limits.
There's so many splat books for 3.5 that it's like impossible to balance.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not balanced. Like a few of them are like really good, but some of them just completely like degenerate, and some of them are just plain awful.
Pathfinder's like that. Like I didn't know that there was like I haven't really paid attention to what's been released in Pathfinder since like 2015, unless a player brings it to me. So
they legitimately made a Batman class. I'm not joking.
Well, yeah, and like I didn't include that. The issue is I started working on this hack in like 2005, 2015. Seriously, I put it down on paper, and I just stopped paying attention to what they shit out, because they literally have to just crap out garbage every month to pay their mortgage and the rent on the building and the salaries. So it doesn't matter if it's good or not. And 3.5 Wizards of the Coast did the same thing. When
they're kind of like trying to like jump the shark a bit, because it's official that 5e is more popular than Pathfinder. So that's kind of my theory for why they did a second edition so early.
Well, well, it's not really early. I mean, it's been out for almost a decade. My issue is, when you are legitimately feeding your family, paying your rent, your car payment, your insurance, and the rent on a building, and salaries for a bunch of people based on creating game content, you throw out the integrity of, I want to create a fun game with balance that's decent for everybody, and instead of paying attention to that, you just literally, you have a quota of, I need to do this much crap, and throw it at people and just squirt it out as fast as you can in order to pay the bills. And if you ever stop doing that, you can't have your boat anymore, and you lose your house. So
basically, become a used car salesman.
Basically, and that's what, you know, Wizards of the Coast and Paizo has become. And unfortunately, all integrity of, I want to create a balanced game that's fun for people, has gone out the window of, I need to pay for my boat and my Lexus. And in that point, I lose all respect for you, and I have to do my own thing, and that's why I've started to do this.
Well, that's the game industry in general, like DLCs and stuff. Like,
the
MMOs always have their subscription and their expansions. Well, like even stuff like Grand Strategy, like Paradox is just like a DLC every 3 months. It's like $20, and it's like basically core features along with a free update that's barely keeps you up if you don't buy it.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Hearts of Iron or anything like that you're absolutely right. So it's something that like it made me just do my thing, and then my plan is to run a pay-to-play subscription at a certain point. Once I've balanced it and I've gotten, my maps and I've gotten my system balanced and I've gotten a decent setup and I moved to FGU and I have the upgraded version, I can do my own maps in Fantasy Ground, etc., is to move to, I split what you guys pay me to run, and it'll be like the cost to go into the movies or something like that, where instead of a 2-hour movie costing you $7, you pay me $7 to entertain you for 5 or 6 hours, and I give half of that to charity. And like for right now, for me to run 2 sessions a week, answer your questions and prep, it's like 40 hours a week of labor for me. So like me taking from 6 people like $7 an hour for a 5-hour session, I'm not even making minimum wage for the amount of work I do. And it doesn't count all the hours I put into my hack and maps and I spent you know, all the maps I'm going to have for this campaign and all the software and all that, like, it's not even a drop in the bucket. It's like $1.25 an hour for what I did each week, let alone all the preemptive stuff I've done. So I think that's reasonable compared to an MMO. The issue is, will people be able to pay it, essentially? So I need to make my quality stuff entertaining, and I need to speed up how I handle things, and I need to balance my stuff. But because I'm disabled, that's what I need to do for my job. So that's why I'm trying to create a unique thing that you can't really get anywhere else, and do it that's, you know, let the people be the freak show that they can never be, and let them do the crazy ideas. As long as it won't break my game, I'm fine with it, and we can have fun with it. And you, instead of being, I'm going to be the half-elf ranger, and I'm going to wield 2 daggers or 2 short swords, and I'm going to run around and save the princess every game at first level for the rest of your life, which, you know, Pathfinder Society basically is. I'm giving you an adventure that you've never experienced before, with characters you can never build in any other way, and I'm trying to make it unique in that you can't play Pathfinder like this anywhere else. So I'm hoping people do enjoy it. The issue is people are afraid to dip their toes in and actually learn, and it's not that difficult, is it? Like Bio or any of you guys, once you get over the hurdle of reading it and understanding how it works, it's really intuitive, I think.
Once it clicks, you get it.
Yeah, it's intuitive once you read it and take the time to understand it. Yeah.
The thing is, people kind of just have a reaction to paying for playing a D&D game.
Yep.
But the thing is, you're leading way more options race wise, and there's literally a classless system, so you can play basically anything you want, and that's not going to be, you can't find that anywhere else. And on top of that, you also have high quality maps and stuff like that, and you also design your own monsters to actually make it challenging for the players, which again, most DMs don't do that.
Right, they just pull it out of the bestiary because it's easy and fast.
Well, yeah,
so I'm trying to provide
effort.
Things right that you can't get elsewhere in a combination, and I'm probably not going to get a lot of call for it, but I do know DMs that have. I know a guy, and I played under him. He literally had so many requests that he got called into work when he was supposed to run a session, and the guys in his group said, "Wait a minute, don't go into work. We're going to pay you to sit here and run for us instead. Call your boss and say I quit, and we'll pay you to DM for us." And he runs so often that he just switched to a full-time streamer now. He's a variety streamer that plays D&D on stream. He bought a VR setup for himself and his players. I know guys that have done this and they've been successful. It's just my issue is I don't want to just run 5e because it's popular. I want to do something different that actually I'm in a niche where you can't get anywhere else and you have to come for me for it, and that's going to be my business model.
Yeah, you're going for a real specialized service in terms of management, instead of going for the low-hanging fruit that you can mass produce and get a huge audience, which is also a valid strat. But you kind of have to pick between targeting a certain demographic and making it more expensive, or you go for a generalized market, but you can't.
I could easily run a pre-gen. Pay the invest costs to purchase Rise of the Rune Lords and Wrath of the Righteous, have it all done for me in Fantasy Grounds, and just run that. The issue is people will be like, I want this AP and I want that AP, and then I need to spend $300 to get those 2 APs, learn them, run them, and never have fun doing so. I never have fun running an adventure path that's pre-written because I just feel handcuffed. You don't want to always play pre-mades, right? You eventually want to build your own as a player. It's the same thing for me when I DM. I want to build my critters, I want to populate my maps, I want to generate my story, I want to decide what the NPCs are. And in that case, I would rather just not DM if I have to constantly do that. So that's why I've had to do this business model. It's a lot of work. It's a labor of love. But eventually, I plan on shifting to that. And I've been saying that for years. Unfortunately, I've been waiting on FGU for years. But yeah, that's why I keep adjusting my hack to provide more options. I opened up a new action system. I opened up a new magic system. Last time around, I redid the XP buy, and I redid a bunch of stuff, and I initiated the Marshall Path, and I've slowly been adding to it over the last few years. So like Nate and Natural have, and like Landon and Serakhawk are all familiar with my 2.0 version, and Nate and Hack saw my 1.0 version, and Natural saw a bit of it on Mythweavers.
Yeah, I saw something. I don't know if it was 1.0, maybe it was 1.3 or something. The first time I got to know you for that Lizard Folk game.
Yeah, that fell through because either my computer blew up or my grandfather. I'm not sure which. I have the.
I've been with you watching this thing take form since what, 2007?
It's been a while on the Tangled Web where I met some people. Yeah, like Knox.
Yeah.
Yep. So, buddy, because you've been waiting, I'm gonna run on Sunday. Siege of Morgrath for you in November. So, did you see the map I posted, the preview earlier?
I did.
Yeah,
I
so
did.
I'm paying that guy $75 to build us a map for that encounter. So, like, that factor, you know, I gotta recoup that cost.
I mean, do you have Google Pay? Because I'll toss over a little bit to help you with that one.
I just got sick of waiting. Like,
I can't do PayPal, unfortunately, but,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is eventually these campaigns that I'm doing, like these quests, I can bundle up and I can module the encounters, the units I build, and I can take these and I can just load them as needed in campaigns when people call for me. I want to run this quest and I want to run that quest, and I'm going to have it as a menu option. My quest board will eventually be a menu option for people to play. And I'm just going to continue filling my quest board, and I'm going to add like the Siege of Morgrath, I'm going to add Descent, and I'm going to add all of those things, and you can, it's the menu essentially. Instead of ordering a burger and a fries, you can say, Mag, I want you to DM me for this, and I'll say this is my fee, and I'll charge you more for extra players, and I'll charge you more for a leadership game or a Kingmaker game, because it takes a lot more of my time to prep for that. But we have 4 dudes that want to run through a simple quest would be much cheaper than I want to play Kingmaker and I want to lead armies. But that's my goal for my business model moving forward.
Yeah, it seems like it can work. I think there's a demand for it, especially because over the last 5 years, like the internet speed and download and that everywhere, just globally, is much better than it used to be.
Oh yeah, I used to run with map tools. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but the networking horror show. I would recruit like 6 players, and 3 of them wouldn't be able to connect to me or the other players. So I'd be like, "Sorry guys, I can't run for you. I gotta get a new group," and it would be over and over week to week. And then like 6 weeks later of trying every week and no session because people can't connect to me, I'd find the magical group of players that could connect to me. And at that point, somebody goes, you know what, I'm sick of this, and they bow out, and I gotta recruit another guy, and it goes all over again. That's why I bought into Fantasy Grounds, and I wasted hundreds of dollars on up-and-coming VTTs that just haven't worked. I invested in a 3D VTT, and the guy took like $40,000 and just went on a cruise because he found it was too hard. He built it wrong, and he just walked with our money. It was terrible.
Yeah, I hate those community-funded projects because it's really rare that they come up with something valuable, because it's kind of counterintuitive to pay them before they've done anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they need funding, but they still, you don't just give people money on this, like, you know they're going to give you the thing.
Yeah, well, he built something awesome. I'm going to give him that. He built something awesome. It's just he did it wrong and he had to start over, and he wasn't prepared for that, and he didn't want to accept the responsibility of, okay, I have to recode everything because I did it wrong, and then it's going to be a long time project. Like, he didn't consider the fact he charged me for lifetime art, what that would entail to provide DMs artwork in your setup. Like, he didn't even have a clue of what it entailed for DMs to run online. Like, we need art of all kinds. We need furniture, we need tokens, we need random environmental stuff. We don't just need walls and floor for like 3 different tile sets and then you're good to go and release one a year. We need all sorts of stuff as a DM. If you're going to promise me lifetime art, that's your job, buddy, and get used to it. You know what I mean? So he was just, his mom and his girlfriend and his buddies tried his material, and they worked around the issues and patted on his back and said, you could sell that on the internet and make a ton of money. And he did. And then he heard in the beta testing how bad it was and how much work he needed to do. And we said, you have all the potential in the world if you just work at it and fix these problems and keep working at it. You can make a fortune. You'll be the only guy running 3D games online. And instead of actually going through it and doing it, he just, went, I can't do this anymore. And he just vanished and took our money and went on a cruise. It was obnoxious. So I got to be careful with that. He took $350 for me, and like some people paid like $1,000, and he just walked. So I got to be careful of that. That's ridiculous. I would never do that to people.
Yeah, but you hear about that stuff all the time.
It's fucked up, man.
Especially like Kickstarter or GoFundMe or whatever, because it's like, what is it? Like one of them is like, they said a limit or whatever, or was it like for GoFundMe or whatever? You fund them or whatever. There's no guarantee you'll get the product.
Right. It was Kickstarter that did this, and the only way we get our money is to sue him. And everybody else like, oh, he had a hard time. But everybody has a hard time. I'm sorry, but I have a hard time. And I don't take people for 40 G's. You know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous. But
the thing is, you've only lost like 350. It's not worth the legal costs just to sue him on your end.
Exactly. It would need to be a communal thing. Everybody would need to help out.
Then we have the same problem with like farms in New Zealand. Like we get like Filipino like workers overseas, and we get them in. Sometimes they don't get paid like minimum wage, which is pretty high anyway. But the thing is, the difference is not worth suing them because it's like a few dollars off your paycheck. Like you're not gonna spend like $1,000 in court cases just to get $500 back.
Right, exactly. I know lawyers, and they like it would, even if they were to work for free, the court fees would be more than what I would get back. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just human nature.
Yep.
We're shitty people sometimes.
Yeah. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to leave it in, and I see I'm ignoring people that have jumped into my chat, so I am going to like cut my losses here, even though it's been great talking to you, and I got to deal with Tater, and I got to do some stuff, and I got to start prepping for Thursday, actually.
So yeah, man. It was a great session.
Yep, thanks for joining me.
Have a good one, guys.
Yep, have a good one. Thanks.
Is anyone gonna stay in?
I mean, my voice is going in and out. I'm still gonna be in the out of character chat, but I'm not gonna be voice chatting.
Gotcha. Because I'm trying to find this race tab for his thing, and I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it's race builder.
It's on the classless hack, not the character creation sheet. There's two sheets.
Yeah, your sheet should say Mark III Alpha.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us, Bionuclear. I will be around in like 5 minutes, but I got to deal with Tater, and I'm not going to be on voice, so I'll be right back.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to find everything to read through, and it's talking about this tab and that tab, and I'm like, I don't know where the tabs are.
Okay, they're on the bottom of the classless hack sheet. So if you're on the character creation sheet instead, it's on a different spreadsheet. And I tagged you for the character creation sheet. The classless hack sheet is in the post directly below that. So you just need to go back to where you're tagged and find that hack sheet.
Yeah, I got both of them up, and I got like attribute change,
yep,
and all that stuff. But I'm not seeing anything for like endurance, spell seed, damage, feat, tax changes. Yep. But nothing for like races and stuff.
Okay, then you're on the wrong sheet. There's two spreadsheets. You need to find the other link, and I'll be right back in a few minutes. And that link was directly before where I linked the one you're on. It's in the post immediately below that.
And Mr. Strange just reposted it. So, well, I'll catch you guys later. I'm still here, though.